How's everybody? Hope you're all having a lovely holiday season. Hi B-Man, hi TP. Welcome to the New Year's stream. Hi Isis, welcome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I bought it myself. Well, kind of. I bought it with the funds that I get from streaming. So, and I mean, I made a couple of like my own little customizations. Australians do be living in the future. That's why I've included the countdown down below. Hi Zeke, welcome. So as you can see, we've got 5 minutes till 2026 hits in Australia. There are a few countries who are already living in the new year. That's including New Zealand. New Zealand hits the new year 3 hours before us, I think. So they've been in the future for 3 hours already. I can't tell you the future just yet, but soon you'll be able to make those funny jokes of like, what's going on in the New Year's? Are things better? And I'll be like, no. Good morning from the past. Yes, yes, indeed. Yeah, it is 11:54 p.m. on December 31st, 2025. 11 hours away from you, for you. Yeah. I figured that would be the case for a lot of people. I don't think I have a much of an Australian, like, active, like, people who actually come and see me on stream actively, which is fine. But, I mean, they'll be able to watch the VOD whenever they feel like it. Yeah, fancy Petra. Yeah. 16 hours away. Yeah, I'm 16 hours ahead of American times, which is always interesting. I play Final Fantasy 14 in the NA database on the database. Sorry, I've been doing a lot of game dev the last couple of days. No, the NA data center. So trying to navigate actually like organizing, playing with statics, or doing anything that requires time management, very difficult. 8:55, yeah. Well, you're watching right now actively the countdown. Click down. We are 4 minutes. We have less than 5 minutes left remaining in Australia of 2025, and I'm all dressed for the occasion, as you can see. There is a exclusive toggle for tonight that is available to you guys. That's the side swept ponytail. Costs the same as ponytail, and it is persistent. I have left regular ponytail active as well, in case you guys want to toggle that one. But jacket has been turned off. As you can see, I am not wearing one. So I didn't want you guys incidentally spending money and like be like, oh, is there like a potential jacket option for this outfit? No. I probably could have set up the shawl to be toggleable, but I decided not to. Or more like, I had everything set up. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, side swept ponytail. I think it looks very nice with this particular outfit. It looks like it matches. It looks like it belongs. So I'm very happy about that. I don't want to really get into how much time it took me to get everything functional. Let's just say right up until 11:40, I was working on getting things functional. And they're not exactly how I wanted them to be either. So, you know, streamer life. It is what it is. In fact, it is the joy that it is, because I love streaming. I am, in fact, very excited to continue streaming into the new year. So I've got lots of cool stuff planned and more stuff to be planned. So I'm really looking forward to this year. This particular stream is going to be entirely yapping. You know what I didn't do? I think I'm still in my, I think I'm still in the Final Fantasy 9 category on Twitch. I am. Sorry, Final Fantasy 9 enjoyers. I forgot to say, just chatting. I forgot to set up the title in the Twitch stream too. I can hear fireworks going off. We still have 2 minutes, guys. You're off. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Set not the game, yeah. Yeah, sorry about that. Sorry about the just chatting. Oopsie. Oopsie poopsie. It's okay. Maybe next year I'll be a better streamer and actually have all my stuff ready on time. When pigs fly. Unsubscribing right now! No! No! No, stay, please. I have stuff. I have plans. I have sparkles. I have a sparkly dress. 30 seconds. Yeah, I'll do a countdown. Oh my. There are fireworks already going off outside. So you would be, I mean, obviously behind me there are fireworks going off, but like 10, 9, 8, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year! Happy New Year, everybody! Zeke the Ghost Bunny Boy is now lurking! Happy New Year, everybody! I take a big slurp from my drink. I put too much syrup in it. God damn it. The syrup is usually not very strong, so I wasn't expecting that. Anyway, Happy New Year, everyone! Happy New Year from the future! Oh my god, aliens are invading! The aliens are coming! You need, get to your bunkers right now! They're waiting until the clock strikes 12 in every country! You need to get to your bunkers right now! Happy New Year, everybody! Alright, we'll turn that off now because it's counting up for some reason. Time, no, why is it counting up? It should have just reset to 365 days. But okay, alright. Functional website. That is, in fact, going to be deleted because it's 365 days until I need it again, and I definitely don't want to have it hanging around. Bring on the aliens, they have to do a better job than what we have now. Yeah. maybe having a united front where we all have to fight against a common threat will bring humanity back together. That's actually every time I like writing stories, obviously. You guys are aware that I like writing stories. One of the things that I like implementing into my stories is, oh, there's this overarching global threat that we all have to work towards. Therefore, everybody gets along a little bit better than what they do in regular Earth, because we have no natural predators. So yeah, that's the usual thing I go with. But yeah. So today's stream, as it is now 2026, will be yapping. We yapping, boys. The reason for that is there's a lot of stuff I want to sort of go over and think about, and even chat with you guys about what your plans are and maybe what your resolutions are. And if you guys haven't made resolutions, then you've got some time to do it before the new year. I'm going to be making them in the new year, so good job to me. Not procrastinating is not going to be on my list of resolutions, because that's just not going to happen. It's just not gonna happen. Do I want to automatically fail a resolution on my list? No, so I'm not gonna put it on there. Just smart moves from PetraIchoria over here. Anyhow, yeah. So Yap is the plan, but let's go back in time a little bit. You already wrote a list for me. Is it not procrastinate? Or is it your own? Make $1 million. That's fair. Me too. Me too. I'd like to be a hero someday. It's good to have unrealistic dreams. That is a bad reference to a befriend a wolf spider. Why not? Do it. Live your dreams. Every time I see one of the little spider, like the little money spiders in my house, I go, hey, bud. Because, like, there's no point, like, it's good to have some little spiders around. They do kill other things. And, I mean, it's the height of summer, and we haven't had much in the way of, because it's been quite cool. In fact, it is the coolest New Year's Eve since 1999, which is interesting, because, like, does that mean, like, maybe Y2K will happen now? Maybe all the clocks will break now. Clocks don't know how to handle going from 4 digits to 4 digits. Hi, Navono, welcome! Welcome to the stream. Okay. The little jumping spiders we have around here are cute. Not befriending a huntsman, though. They're fine. I feel like if there was an alien invasion, it'd be kind of like the Transformers trilogy. I think so as well. I'd hope so, because then we get some good ones and some bad ones. And then all those people who, like, are kind of, like, conflicted because they want to fuck robots, but AI sucks. So they're like, no, my robot fucking has been contaminated by big tech. Then they'd have an opportunity to, you know, be able to do the robot fucking again, I guess. I don't know if those particular people are on the train of big tech sucks, because obviously they might get their robot girlfriend. But you know, I like to think about these things. Well, not really. In fact, I don't really like to think about these things, but like it is a consideration that sits at the back of my mind. Yeah. So we had a big other holiday occur last week, which was I wasn't here, and I hope you missed me. I missed you guys, to be honest. Like, as busy as I was, a part of me was like, I really wish I was playing video games right now. I was like, damn, I could have just gone home. Well, first of all, Christmas Eve. I have not slept well on a single Christmas Eve since forever. Oh, there goes the firework. Hi, Leon, welcome! Welcome to the stream. So yeah, I haven't slept well. Oh, I didn't load it in. Since last time you streamed, my Pinterest has severely evolved from just musical reference to Yowie and Mpreg. Very nice. Very nice. You missed it. It was a long week. Aw, thank you. Yeah, it was a long week. It does, because I only stream 3 days a week. When I take those 3 days off, it turns into 10 days between streams, which is a long time. It is a long time. I did need the break, though. I'm going to admit. It didn't feel like much of one because of everything that was going on, obviously. Christmas, but like I did need it. It did give me some opportunities to go and do some stuff. Made sure that I was 100% prepared for Christmas, and everybody was very happy with what I made. So for those in stream who might not be aware, I was kind of more or less designated the pastry chef for Christmas this year, which is fine. I love cooking desserts. I love making desserts. Oh, it wasn't the same without me. Thank you. I'm hoping, my fingers crossed, I'm not going to be taking another break probably until March. And I will probably be taking a week, like, so 3 days. I won't be streaming for a week before my big debut event, just to make sure that everything's 100% prepared, ready to go. Basically, it's going to be crunch week. But that won't be until March. Fingers crossed I don't have to take another break until then. Because I would rather not. You take a break when I know, like, I do try to be more relaxed with taking, like, some people are like, I can never take a break. I can't take a break. There is a reason for that. And it is because, like, the fact is, I am very happy. I'm not going to say I'm not happy, but I'm also a little surprised that everybody who I'm familiar with is in stream, and a few faces who aren't always here, and which is wonderful. Anything special that you made for Christmas? Yes, I did make a couple of special things for Christmas. But yeah, the momentum is a big thing in streaming, so that's why taking a break is usually, one, inadvised, and two, can be a real big problem. Basically, in real short form, I would have hit affiliate earlier had I not taken a break before I hit affiliate. Like, I took a break about a month before I hit affiliate. If I hadn't taken that break, I would have hit affiliate earlier. That's not as big of a deal anymore, but momentum is definitely a thing. I don't think, like, taking any more than a week is very much ill-advised. Especially if, like, my main content creation aspect, which is streaming, like, if I was posting videos as well, it wouldn't be as much big of a deal, but I don't have a long-form system set up yet, which I'm planning to do. It's just I don't have it set up yet. So, for Christmas, I was designated pastry chef, which is very exciting. I did get flip-flopped around a few times, so I was originally informed it was going to be a 15-person party for Christmas, which is not insignificant. You need a fair amount of food to feed 15 people. So I was like, okay, I'll bring 3 desserts. The original plan was custard tart, chocolate ripple cake, and a trifle. I eventually changed it from the custard tart because they've stopped making the large tart cases at Coles, and I wasn't going to make my own tart case. That's a pain in the ass, and they don't turn out great. So I switched to cheesecake. So I made mango raspberry cheesecake, a trifle, and a chocolate ripple cake. If you are in a country that doesn't really have chocolate ripple biscuits, which is, I believe, America, and I think Britain has them, but I don't think America has them. You saw me join the fan Discord. Yeah, I've been in there for a little while. I am in the fan Discord. I do post, like, I post my schedule or some certain updates, but I try to leave that one to you guys. I will eventually have an official Discord, which will hopefully which will have certain other elements. Like, I'm hoping to maybe do game streams with you guys, like maybe movie times and stuff like that, which will be subscriber only. That's in future. That's a in future thing where it starts making more sense to do stuff like that. At the moment, it's not really at the point where I should be doing stuff like that, so Discord doesn't exist on my end. So, chocolate ripple cake. I'm going to explain the nature of chocolate ripple cake to you guys. So, in Australia and the UK, we have a company called Arnott's, which makes a lot of, like, biscuits. Not the, like, dumplings, but, like, cookies. But I associate cookies with, like, chunks, usually. These do not have chunks. You'll buy these biscuits, and they're just a solid biscuit, no chunks, usually of a certain flavor. So you get butternut snap, you get shortbread cookies, you get a few other ones, like if you're in Britain, they call them jammy dodgers. In Australia, I believe we call them Monte Carlos. So there's a few different ones. But chocolate ripple is just a plain chocolate biscuit. It is the perfect biscuit for dipping in tea, or a hot chocolate, or even just milk, because it makes your milk chocolatey. And it is a vegan biscuit on top of that, so bonus points for being a vegan biscuit. Chocolate ripple cake is, you literally just make a batch of whipped cream, Yeah, I really like them. I actually have some lemon crisp downstairs, which I'm quite excited for. I saw them I was looking in the health food aisle and somebody had come along and put them in the wrong spot. And I was like looking for my regular chocolate because I have to buy it from the health food aisle because it's vegan. And they didn't have any of my regular chocolate. Well, they did, but it was $6 a box. And I was like, no, nuh-uh. And this is for like 100 grams, not even 50 grams. It was like 50 grams of chocolate for $6. I was like, and then I grabbed the lemon crisps. I was like, I'll take these. I checked the ingredients, like, oh, no milk. I'll take them. They're mine now. Hopefully whoever was buying them wasn't coming back for them because they're gone. So with chocolate ripple cake, you just whip up a batch of cream and then you grab 4 biscuits, you put cream in between, and then you put cream over the top in sort of like a dome shape. And you can make it into a log. In my case, I made it into a wreath because it was for Christmas. And a poppy seed roll. No, I don't believe I have. I've had like orange and poppy seed cake, but not a, if you mean like a regular bread roll with poppy seeds on it, then yes. But like, I assume you mean like, I think they're like a cannoli style thing, aren't they? I'm not sure. I do wish this model had come with a drink from the glass, but I did only spend $20 on it. And I deeply suspect that a toggle for drink from the glass would have cost me extra buckaroonies. But yeah, chocolate ripple cake, just biscuits and cream. When I make a chocolate ripple cake, some people, like, once I really fucked it up at tamales a few days ago. Have I tried it? No, tamales are not very commonly found in Australia. I've never made tamales. Tamales? Tamale? I don't know how to pronounce that. I know it's not tamales, but my Australian accent butchered that one. No, I've never had tamales, or tamale. Please don't execute me. I've never had them before, because one thing, I know the wrapper, whatever wrapper they made, like the corn husk, I'm pretty sure you can just go and get them. Like, I'd have to go and buy corn and then dry them out myself. Like, it's not something that's easily accessible. Had a pine tart. No, I have not had a pine tart before either. If you name me a British food, I probably have had it. Small, salty, small plain bread. Yeah, I have seen people make tamales before, like on YouTube and stuff. But no, I don't think there is a lot of, like, a high volume of Mexican expats in Australia. I think the number is increasing, and I think you can tell that the number is increasing, or like just American expats is increasing. Beans on toast? Yes, absolutely. I love beans on toast. It's so good. Baked beans on toast is fucking slaps. It's so good. It's tasty. Delicious even. You should try it. Get the Heinz baked beans from your local international food aisle and put that shit on some buttered toast. It is good. It's really good. I mean, it's beans, so beans are good for you, but I mean, also high salt. It's very salty. It's a high sodium breakfast. Usually, so what we'll do, we call it a big breakfast. Some people call it an English breakfast. Most places in Australia you'll go to and they're like, if you, like, you go in and it'll be like, oh, do you want the big breakfast? We don't call it an English breakfast, we call it a big breakfast. And that is, it comes served with some fried tomatoes, toast, baked beans, 2 eggs, chipolatas, or like small sausages, sometimes mushrooms, sometimes spinach, and a pile of bacon. And that's your big breakfast. And I go for some bacon. But I don't really keep bacon in the house because most packets of bacon come with too much bacon and I can't eat it fast enough. Oh. You were looking at it. You've turned it off. Back to normal. But yeah, I haven't tried, yeah, and it's back. Ah, you got me. Thank you. You got me. I wasn't expecting that. I should change the music. I'm gonna be talking all night, so let's see how we go. There is a song that I want to play, but I'm not sure if it's gonna get me flagged. It's not bad. Metal pipe brings you much joy. Interesting. Oh, fuck it. Let's do this one. Hopefully it works. It might not work for me. Hopefully it works for me. I would like to also hear it. Oh. Hi, Doom Gamer. Welcome. Oh, this brings me much joy. This, in fact, brings me much joy. Hi, Best for Games, welcome! Welcome to the stream! We're having a good time. I'm jamming to some chiptune. Final Fantasy VIII. There was actually a funny post made by the director of the Final Fantasy VII remake, and he goes, what's your motto for 2026? It's like, anytime, all the time, Final Fantasy VII. I looked at that and I'm like, I can be more obnoxious. I can do better. I can be worse. I can be worse. So count this background audio as me being worse for the year. If someone's going to be anytime, all the time Final Fantasy VII, somebody else needs to be anytime, all the time the other ones, right? Well, I'm showing up for 8. Me and, you know, our beloved wretched Ben Starr. So, getting back on track and back on topic, Ripple cake turned out wonderfully. The trifle turned out wonderfully. The cheesecake, rave reviews. The problem. So, is it gonna loop? Did I fuck up? I think I fucked up. Loop. Oh, it might still be going for you guys, but it's not looping for me. God damn it. I knew it would happen. I could fix it, but that's gonna take me like 5 minutes to do. And can I be fucked? You guys enjoy. You guys have fun with that. I'll remember it in my dreams. The hazy dreams of Silent Hill. OBS, why are you like this? At least I got one run of it. So about 4 days before Christmas, I get a message from my sister. And at this time, I'd already made a Kohl's, click and collect order to go and get everything that I needed to make, the food. Because I've just said that I was making trifle cheesecake, choc ripple cake, that's a significant amount of ingredients. Like, even me just saying 3 different desserts there, a lot of components, a lot of ingredients. So I'd made a Coles order preparing for it. 4 days before Christmas, I get a message got from my sister who was hosting going, we're sick. There is a good chance that it won't be for 15 people, it's just going to be like the 5 of us. I was like, okay, cool. And so I cancelled the order. 23rd rolls around. I get a message. No, 22nd. 22nd rolls around. Or is it, no, it was either 22nd or the 23rd. So now we're like 2 days before Christmas. I don't have any orders in place. I get a message from my sister is like, we're going back to the 15 people requirement. I was like, okay, I will place the order now so it comes tomorrow because I need to get started on the 23rd to have everything ready by the 25th. Because some stuff needs to set overnight. Oh, it came back for me. Yay. So stuff like the jelly at the bottom of the trifle, the biscuit base on the cheesecake, stuff like that. A lot of that stuff I wanted to have set and getting ready on the 23rd. Originally, the plan was to whip the cream, make the cheesecake base, and make the jelly, and then come in stream. And then I was like, no, I cannot. And in the end, I did not finish doing my 23rd to into the morning of the 24th cooking until 2 a.m. So it took me not the 2 hours that I originally planned, but 4, double the time, because I needed to bake the cakes for the trifle, because trifle has cake in it. So it rolls around, and then I think it was the 24th. It was the 24th. I get a message, the 3rd message from my sister. We're only doing the small Christmas now. I have 15 people's worth of dessert ingredients in my house. What do you want me to do now? So I ended up just making what I had. I made 15 people's worth of dessert for 5 people. Bye, TP. Have a great evening and have a happy new year. Catch you on the other side. For you. I'm already on there. For those who who've just come into this stream or aren't familiar with my time zone, I'm in Australia, as you can probably hear. But it is currently 12:26 a.m. 1st of the 1st, 2026. I'm already in the future, and aliens are invading, but they're cool. So it's all good. But yeah, I didn't really have much of a choice at that point. When you already have that amount of cream in your fridge, your options are limited. And my options were either not make, like just leave it in my fridge for it to go off, or make the dessert and hope some of it gets eaten. Petra is Bumblebee. Yeah. I like Bumblebee. He's cool. I mean, I'm not really thematically yellow, but I don't think they have a purple car, do they? I don't think there is a purple Transformer. But in the end, only like the trifle I was expecting to not get eaten. They do. You can tell I'm not really much of a Transformers fan. Sorry. You know what I should have done? You know what I am gonna do? There we go. Actually, I don't really stand out against this background now, huh? No. Sorry. I do this one. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So Christmas went well. It was only 5 people. The trifle got half eaten. It was really only planned for one person, but like he was going, I'm gonna eat that entire trifle. Make me an entire trifle. And I'm like, bitch, no you ain't. You ain't eating an entire trifle. They weigh like, it's like 5 kilos of food in a trifle. You are not eating an entire trifle, bitch. And I knew he wouldn't. So but like my idea was, that's why I was like, oh, the trifle is only for him, so you're only really bringing 2 desserts for everybody, for all 15 people. And I'm like, no, I'm bringing 3 desserts for all 15 people. There are people who are going to eat trifle. I guarantee it. And if we had the 15 people, I guarantee other people would have eaten trifle. I mean, trifle, I had trifle, but not that trifle, because it wasn't vegan. I made my own trifle. I had a strawberry shortcake trifle, which was quite yummy. I made a very tiny one. I bought tiny trifle cups, which were very cool. I have already broken one of them, unfortunately. It smashed yesterday as I was trying to put it in the dishwasher. Very sad. But so I have 3 trifle cups, which is pretty much all I need, because every year I only really make 3 desserts, and the trifle cups are really for me to have my dessert in. But yeah, I knew the trifle would not get eaten entirely by the person who requested it. And he only ate half of it, that's fine. The cheesecake got eaten pretty much in its entirety, because the cheesecake, if you didn't know, if you wrap it into individual slices and freeze it, it will pretty much defrost exactly the same and eat exactly the same as it was when you originally made it. So if you have spare cheesecake, I recommend freezing it so you don't miss out on potentially eating it later. And then choc ripple cake. I know my sister ate a lot of it, but I don't know how much. I think she did throw out a portion of it, but I know she also ate a lot of it, so it's not that big of a deal. At the end of the day, I anticipate that there's going to be a little bit of waste in the Christmas dessert making. But there wouldn't have been this year if all 15 people had come to the Christmas party, because it would have been enough. I guarantee it would have been enough food. In fact, maybe even not enough food for all 15 people, because like I said, the cheesecake got eaten. They finished it. I actually had some my stepmother's mother, not my grandma, because I don't call her that, but my stepmother's mother asked me for my coulis recipe, and I was like, okay, here you go. It's pretty easy. If you've never made coulis before, it's just fruit and water and sugar in a pan for like 15 minutes, and then you put it through a sieve. Very, very easy to make, but turns out quite delicious. So that was Christmas. The night before Christmas, Christmas Eve, I didn't sleep. Not a wink. And the night before that, I'd only had 4 hours of sleep, because I got up 8 o'clock on the day. So like I said, it took me until 2 a.m. to finish the cooking on the 23rd. So from the 23rd until the 24th. And then I went to bed. Have I seen Santa? Yeah, I saw Santa. At the shopping center. At the mall. I saw Santa at the mall. But Christmas Day was really good. I got some very nice gifts. I have mentioned that we have, like, the way we do Christmas is everybody gets a budget. Well, we have a singular budget each that we're allowed to spend on each person. And then we show up to Christmas with whatever we were able to manage with that particular budget. Why did you get auto-modded? Let me have a look. Where is your auto mod? I can't even see it. I don't even see the message they got auto-modded. I don't know. But yeah, I got a few really good things. I got like a... Did you get auto-modded or did it straight up not send? Because that's happened to me. It might have just not sent because I can't see anything on my dashboard. Usually I can see when you get auto-modded. Because it happens a little bit... It happens a little frequently, Noverno. It happens a little frequently that you get auto-modded. It said it was auto-mod. Interesting. Well, it has completely annihilated the message from existence. I can tell you that much. It's not on my screen. So, I don't know. I'm sorry. Censor yourself and post it again. I don't know. So Christmas Day. Got some very nice gifts. Actually, I have to speak about one particular gift. You will need to prepare yourselves though, because it's going to be a Final Fantasy VIII rant. Who's prepared for that? Who's prepared for a Final Fantasy VIII rant, huh? Are we all prepared for one? You know, it's hard living my life. You're prepared? Good. Okay. So, I don't really get... I'm always ready for a Final Fantasy rant. Good! I'm glad that people have... I have established my brand. This is what I am known for. I am, in fact, very much known for... This is my reputation. It's fine. You're like, oh, reputation? Final Fantasy ranting. So, I don't usually get... Final Fantasy related gifts from my parents. They know about the Final Fantasy thing. Tism. But they don't usually get me Final Fantasy related gifts. My sister is usually the one who goes out of her way to get me something like Etsy made or custom. Last year she made me a custom jacket, a Final Fantasy VIII jacket, which was really, really cool. I wore it to PAX. It was freaking awesome. I have it in my cupboard. I love it. 2 bits. She like custom painted the logo on the back. It's so cool. It is the coolest jacket I own. But yeah, that's the kind of like a pattern that you can see here. Usually I don't get Final Fantasy related stuff from as Christmas gifts. So, I was very surprised this year when I opened up one of my gifts and it was a little book called The Legend of Final Fantasy VIII. And I looked at this book and it was like, oh, it's written by this person, like, is like, I could go get it and confirm the name, but it was a Mexican, like a Spanish name, I believe. And I looked at it and I was like, oh no. And the reason I went, oh no, is not because it was a bad gift. It's not a bad gift. If you know me on, like, if you know me on a cursory, like, real life level, right? And not, like, right where, the way that you guys are coming to know me, you know that you would think that this would be a fantastic gift, right? You'd look at it and go, yeah, fantastic gift. This, like, clearly, Petra, like, likes Final Fantasy VIII and would be interested in learning more about it. Here's the thing. Here's the thing, guys. I know everything. I know more than most. I know, at times, more than what the developers seem to. Okay? I am... You know, there's a particular little story that comes around regarding Agatha Christie. And she goes, I need the foremost expert on, like, Mesopotamian relics or something like that. Something in that realm. And somebody turns around to her and goes, Miss Christie, that's you. And she was like, oh, I am the foremost expert in Final Fantasy VIII relics. So I'm going through this book and going, wrong, nope, incorrect, wrong. You're wrong! Cite your sources! Where are you getting your information? What? Like, no! Because this is a fantastic gift, but I can't enjoy it! Because I'm a psychopath! Because I know too much about it! I can't enjoy the gift! And then, on top of, to add insult to injury, right? It's like, it goes into, oh, and Final Fantasy VIII's legacy. Renoa equals Ultimecia theory. And it harps on about it for 8 pages! 8 pages for a theory that has not only been, like, doesn't make sense in the grand scheme of, like, everything, all the information that we actually have from the game. It's been categorically debunked by the director. It's just patently false. It's not real. It was never real. So why are you talking about it? And then they acknowledge that. I'm like, why didn't you talk about it then? Why are you wasting my time? Hi, No Name Myth. You come at a great time because I'm about to wrap up a really autistic rant. The sign can't stop me because I can't read our book precisely. I was just like, and this person they spent money on this. They paid this person. This person published this book full of patently false facts that aren't cited, that aren't sourced, and then people have made money off of it. I could be that person. I could be making money off of my Final Fantasy VIII fucking level of knowledge. I don't, because, I don't know, I should. I should just spend the time. I should be like, the real legend of Final Fantasy VIII. Don't read the other one. And I don't, like, I respect people who go out of their way to make content like this, because especially for 8, 8's not like getting a lot of this stuff anymore. But then I realized, by looking at their, like, other works section, which is in every book, like, pretty much every book will have, like, author's other works in it, right? The all myths, unknown, true information, precisely. This person has written a Legend of Final Fantasy number for all of them. So they're a fan. And I wouldn't call them a fake fan. But they're not, you know, a fan. You know what I mean? They're not, you know, Ben Starr out here. They're not me. You know, if there are people who I would consider qualified to write a Legend of Final Fantasy VIII book, the list would consist of me, then Ben Starr, and then a good friend of mine whom I used to write with, in terms of, like, I used to role play, like, do, like, character writing with, and they wrote Cypher. So I wrote Squall, she wrote Cypher. So I would trust her to write a Legend of Final Fantasy VIII book, and then I'd trust Ben Starr, and then I'd trust myself. And I can't even think of anybody else who would actually come onto that list. Maybe, his name is, he made the website called Final Fantasy VIII is the best. He's number 4. Okay, so there's my list of people who I would trust to write Legend of Final Fantasy VIII. There are probably people on the Final Fantasy dev team in Japan who would be on this list, right? Who are currently working on, like, Final Fantasy 14 or other stuff, who have, like, who love 8 and have this level of knowledge. But somebody who's not committed to a, like, if I'd seen, oh, this is from this, and, like, if other Final Fantasy 8 works and not just a list of, I wrote for all of them. It's like, no, you wrote a file, I guarantee they wrote a Final Fantasy 6 or a Final Fantasy 7 one, It made bank, and they were like, I'm just gonna write all of them. It's easy. I'll just look up Wikipedia. I'll watch some videos. Mind you, YouTube videos are cited in this book. You know what's not cited? Game scenes? Game dialogue? Game information panel, which exists, for the record. Just like, I don't want to harp on this too much, right? Because I still do respect the person for going out of their way to make Final Fantasy VIII content. Like, thank you, I appreciate it. You did a bad job, but like, I still appreciate it. Like, it's good publicity. There's no such thing as bad publicity. So what did you join in on? Me ranting about a little book that I received for Christmas, which would have been a great Christmas gift if I wasn't, you know, undiagnosed. Thank you for resubscription, Eden Spring. Congratulations on 3 months. And welcome into the new year. Thank you. It would have been a fantastic gift if I didn't have undiagnosed autism, as my friend has taken to calling it, autism. E-I-G-H-T-I-S-M. It's a book that had some pretty grievous errors. And I cough when I say grievous because of Griever. But I'm just gonna bring up a single example because I don't want to go into all of them. There are a lot of just markedly false information that you can just find alternate sources for, but like they've clearly gone to some sort of Wikipedia page or some kind of collated information page which has had outdated or incorrect information. The biggest one was that Galbadia conquered the Dolet Dukedom. Hi, Nessie! Welcome! Welcome! So, in Final Fantasy VIII, in the most briefest of tone, there aren't a lot of countries currently active because the entire planet gets the effective effects of a nuclear bomb every like 100 years. So like, can you imagine like every 100, between 50 to 100 years? So, and like the big nukes, not the little ones, the big ones. So effective results of nuclear bombs means civilization keeps kind of getting pushed backwards as a result. During the second, for the record, there's two sorceress wars in Final Fantasy VIII. We don't know about anything about the first one. We get told it's the second one during the opening sections of 8, for the record. Galbadia invaded Timber, and Galbadia is not shown to have formally invaded Windhill, but it is shown that they had Galbadians at their doorstep. So whatever was going on within Windhill, whether or not it was a non-aggression treaty or something like that, Galbadia was part of, like, in Windhill, and Galbadia invaded Timber. There is nothing in anything that says that Galbadia conquered Dolet. In fact, Galbadia invades Dolet during the first mission of the game. If Galbadia had conquered Dolet, why are they invading in the beginning of the game? The Dolet Dukedom is independent. But I'm saying this now, and like, reading these books makes me doubt my own information, but I'm 99% certain there was never any mention of Galbadia having conquered the Dolet Dukedom. It got fractured, but I don't believe Galbadia actually has control of the Dukedom at all. Happy New Year's, everybody! Yeah, it's nearly 1 a.m. on the 1st for me. That's why I'm here in my New Year's gown, ranting about Final Fantasy. See, this is one thing that's not changing. I can promise you there will be more Final Fantasy content in the new year. Hmm? That's it. Oh my god. Oh, ad break. Oh, you forgot that I'm 3 hours ahead of you? Yeah, it's New Year for me. That's right, I started the stream 10 minutes before New Year, so I can actually say it's almost New Year here, but like almost 8 AM right now. So like in 14? No, 16 hours? So you're in America. No name myth. 16 hours? How was my New Year dinner? It was good. How did you know I went out for dinner? I don't remember mentioning that. I did go out. I went and saw my parents, and I had fish and chips. It was good. Y'all in the future, it's only about to be 8 AM 31st here, LeMayo. Yeah, okay, so Doom Gamer, No Name Myth. Who don't? Some people don't. My sister's sick, so she's not going anywhere. 9:49 AM. Okay, so you are... Are you East Coast then? Maybe? Because you're minus -2. South America, there, okay. When time travels, time compression is a pain. Indeed. Time compression, big pain. Yep. Hi, Hunter Wolf, welcome! Don't go out, I'm staying home and popping fireworks with my family. I am doing well, thank you so much. Yeah, I was gonna buy poppers, but, like, you know, party poppers. But I decided not to. And I was also going to set up a stream redeem for them, but I ran out of time. It is an ad break. I'm not doing very much at the moment. I didn't know Galbadia took over Dollar either. Just they are. Thank you for the compliment. Thank you so much. Galbadia didn't take over Dollar. You know what? You may have heard a mouse click, you may have seen my mouse move, you may have seen my eyes look towards my taskbar. I'm opening the game. I'm gonna ask my mom if we could buy some sparkling wine, non-alcoholic. Very nice. They used to make grape juice. I used to be a big drinker of sparkling grape juice. And they don't make it anymore. Oh no, I'm opening the game. Yeah, I have to check for myself. I have to, I'm sorry. I have to. I'm not gonna show it on stream though. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I'm pretty sure I'm not. Your New Year's resolution to visit me? Hell yeah! I've got a room for you ready. Hang on, I gotta pick up my controller. I'm gonna lose tracking. I got a room, I got a whole bathroom. I got a bath and hot water. You're welcome anytime. I'll make you cheesecake. Enjoy the fireworks. Yeah, I did. I got a little bit of firework action. There's nowhere really close to me where you can see them. Yeah. Okay, continue. Let's go from one of my latest saves. Let's see. And don't Alright, here we go. Alright, level 45. Selfie level 45. So this is an Esther. Okay. Tutorial. Information. Information. Location name. Dollet. All we hear, okay, so from the game, this is from the information panel in the game, a small country on the eastern coast of Galbadia continent, former Dollet continent. Remnants of an ancient empire. That's all we get. Not that they were invaded. Okay, so let's double check, because it should have... okay, Galbadia. Ruled under the military dictatorship of President Vinza Dealing, this country continues to expand its territory. Countless invasions of other countries are attempted, but most are deterred by Seed. Dealing City is its capital. So, given that we deter an invasion of Galbadia at the very beginning of the game, wouldn't you assume that this is referring to Seed deterring an invasion from Galbadia from Dolit that was unsuccessful? That's how I would interpret that. So the borderline of Galbadia, as far as we're aware, actually ends before you get into Windhill. So the actual border country of Galbadia is not, like, the borders are pretty much made up of where the cliffs are. You have a whole section which is Timber Country, which is now under Galbadia control. And then there's a line between Timber Country and Galbadia. And Dolit, which is where Dolit begins. That is exclusively Dolit. It's not Galbadia controlled Dolit, it's just Dolit. Okay. So what we don't get any information on is completed around the time the war broke out. So what we don't get any information on is the first Sorceress War. Now let me see if I can confirm person. Okay. I would need to load my game, so give me a second. There is no load game in a 1999 game. There's no load. I have to close the game. What am I doing? I'm meant to be talking about my New Year's resolutions, not Final Fantasy VIII. Anyway, alright, I'll put that down. Anyway, the game does not say Dolit was ever invaded, and in fact, goes on to then say that Seed deters the invasions of Galbadia, but okay. I'm stretching. So, my New Year's resolution, or at least my plans ongoing for the new year. I want to make sure that I am doing special events more with, like, more frequency. Not more frequency, but like with more planning ahead. So if I, like, for example, when my birthday comes around next year, I want to make sure that it is a big bash. It's an actual big birthday bash. Probably want to try and do that with the Final Fantasy VIII anniversary as well, because I really enjoyed that event, and we'll play like Final Fantasy, Resident Evil 2, Final Fantasy VIII edition. I don't know if I will end up doing that as an event. It may just be a couple of days rather than the week that I did last time. And debut, obviously, I want to make sure that that's a really big and really well planned out and concise and proper event. So it's one of my new resolutions, is to make sure that each event is a big deal. That there's a lot of planning that goes into them. If there's an outfit involved, it's got a proper outfit, there's proper toggles, there's proper advertising involved, like I actual market the event is like, this is something special, come in, have fun time, we're gonna do things, blah blah blah. The other resolution I want to have is be more organized. And that's just a sort of like, that's one of those in general ones of like, everybody wants to be more organized in the new year, but I would like to be more organized. I would like to make sure that if there is an event coming up, I'm aware of it and doing work towards it months in advance, rather than going like, oh, I'd like to do that 2 weeks in advance. Now, did I not prepare this outfit and everything that's going on in this stream only a couple of days ago and it worked out fine? Yes. Was I working on it until 11:40 this yesterday evening before stream, 5 minutes before stream, trying to get everything working, and everything isn't technically working the way I wanted it to? Yes. I would like to avoid that in the future. That's what I mean by being more organized. Am I going to be one of those people who actually fills out this big hefty planner that I happen to buy because it's like if I bought this from a stationery store and it would be like a $40 planner and I got it for $10 from Aldi? Am I going to be one of those people who actually keeps this filled out and is actually going to use all the stickers and the cool planning stuff and the notes page and like how much money I spent per week? Am I going to be a person who uses that? No. Because I lack a degree of like object permanence in that respect. It's like if I cannot see it in front of me, it's not real and it can't hurt me. So that's a big problem. That's a big problem. That's part of why I put a calendar on the back of my office door. And my sister was like, are you going to use that calendar? And I'm like, yes, I actually use it. It's on the back of my office door and I see it every day. So every time I look out the door, I'm like, oh, I wish I was outside and I wish I wasn't here while I'm working. I see my calendar and I'm like, oh, I need to do that. So it does work. The calendar on the back of the door. Yeah. The calendar on the back of the door does work. Will the planner work? Probably not. Did I buy it anyway? Yes. Because it's quite nice. It's very millennial sage green, which is a bit unfortunate. And to be quite honest, the colors are a bit ugly. But I have other stickers, like, because, I mean, who with probably the hasn't bought a planner and been like, I'm gonna use it this time! And I have a lot of stickers that I can use for it. So if I do somehow manage to wrangle my brain into being the way that I would like it to be, I have all of the means to do so. In fact, part of what if I started filling this out on stream, would you guys like enjoy that? We'd be like, we'll do it together. I'm actually getting out my pen and I'm gonna if I think of something while I'm speaking, I will add it. So January 2026, this month's goals, and it has 6 slots for homework, family, friends, finances, self-care, and hobbies. Finances, okay, I can put one in right now on finances. Spend less. Yeah, goals for this month, spend less. Yeah, there we go. Great. That's a good one. Good job. Good job, me. Didn't. No, I got to admit, I did some Boxing Day shopping and I shouldn't have done that. Spend less. Yeah. Or I could spend more if more people subscribed. I'm kidding, but I'm kind of not. The thing is, like, streaming, this is one of those moments where I'm gonna be a little bit honest with you guys, and I do try to be honest. Streaming's expensive, bro. Even just keeping, like, the peripherals up to date and functional, it's hard to resist spending money, yes. But, like, what you're seeing, like, between the dress and the background is about, like, I spent about $40, which is, I use my stream funds for that. So everything that you put into my stream, you will see eventually come back. So it goes into stuff like buying and customizing emotes. It goes into stuff like buying Stream Deck eventually, all those sorts of things. Any funding that I get from streaming goes back into streaming at this stage. That also goes for commissioning artists. I would really like to eventually create a curated gallery where you guys can view high quality artwork, which will not be on X. It will be somewhere else, which will be a curated gallery where you guys can go view that, but it will only be accessible probably through the Discord, or it will be posted on my stream links. Will that prevent entirely AI accessing it? No. But will prevent it just being openly in the field for people to just come in and be like, oh, reimagine it as, you know, somebody else. It's like, and that would be quite upsetting, to be honest. So I don't really want to put myself in a position where somebody comes along, sees an artwork done of me, and goes, reimagine it as someone else. Someone I'd prefer to see. That would be really disheartening. And a lot of the vitriol on those sorts of websites at the moment, like, yeah, me too. That's why, like, I am kind of winding down the level of posting I'm doing on Twitter. I am trying to post on Blue Sky more instead. And now Blue Sky is openly accessible, so it's not good for scrubbing either. But it is the Imagine feature of where people can directly alter artwork in reply to posts is really unpleasant. And kind of sad. It's a bit sad, the level of disrespect of people's hard work that is now present on that website. Because it's like, a lot of these people who are using that technology don't have a degree of creative energy in their bodies. And you know what, speaking of New Year's resolution, I'm going to try not to let it bother me. Because the reality is, I am a creative, and I'm going to continue doing my creative things pretty much exactly the same as I was beforehand. I'm going to continue to make and draw, and I'm going to write, I'm going to make games, and I'm going to continue pursuing those avenues of, you know, just creative liberty in my own way. And will I eventually probably have people telling me, why aren't you using this technology? And it's like, well, I have seen far too many examples of people getting into situations where they kind of lose touch, not only with their level of like cognitive function, but their creative side. You see all these posts that are going around as like people in like 2018 writing essays without ChatGPT, and it's like, I don't want to ever hit a level of brain dead where I couldn't, you know, pull an essay out of my ass. I don't want to be doing that. And yeah, it's going to take me a little longer to do things, but I really hope that we're going to hit a, what's the word I'm looking for? A level of preference for bespoke. Like, AI is not going away. AI is going to continue to be present. But I think AI is going to be considered and equivalent to produced in like cheap factory. Redeem celebration. What is that? I don't have a celebration redeem. What is... Huh? Twitch? Did you add that? That's very confusing. Did I make that? I have no memory. Redeem, celebrate. I don't... What? I don't have a celebration. That's a Twitch thing. Oh, okay. That scared me for a minute. Is it doing anything? On-screen celebration. Okay. I don't see anything happening though. Oh. Being Petra on-screen celebration. We have that? Yeah, I don't think we had Gigantify an emote. It spams the pets. Ah, I see. There's a bunch of emotes for a moment. I see. I didn't see that. Oh, Gigantify. Very nice. Okay. You guys having fun in there? StreamerBot doesn't display that stuff, sorry, which is a bit unfortunate. Because I like seeing that interaction in the actual on the screen chat. But I'm not seeing it on my chat thing or on the screen, so I have to actually go and look at Twitch. I definitely do want to really push in streaming going into the new year. By that I mean my goal for the end of the year, and this may seem excessive, this may seem crazy even, but my goal for the end of the year for Twitch is 1,000. I would like to have 1,000 followers on Twitch by the end of the year. That would be really nice. I think it would be... It's not 100% out of scope, right? There are a lot of people who start out with like 100 and will end up higher than that at the end of the year. Maybe I won't end up higher than that at the end of the year. But that's my goal. That is my goal. I want to keep streaming on Twitch. I would like to get to 1,000 Twitch followers by the end of the year. How am I going to approach that? I'm not sure yet, because at the moment I'm pretty much doing the same thing every week. But I want to continue... Oh, thank you! Cute. I see. This is really cute. You guys are funny. I love you guys. Oh, my work phone buzzed. Wait, what is that? What is that? What is that notification? Gmail. Etsy, channeling a ski slope cheek. No thanks. I don't know why you're messaging me at 1 AM about ski slope chic, but alright, sure, thanks. Alright. But yeah, I want to make sure I am trying to keep things... I do need to look into doing things like subathons, because the thing is like, or follow-a-thons or whatever, because those sorts of things really do sort of build a momentum with your community. And I think we can have a really good time doing that stuff too, because I have a great time whenever I'm doing a longer stream. You guys seem to have a great time when we do a bit of a longer stream, like when we're doing Final Fantasy 9 and that sort of thing. Having enough redeems throughout the stream to sort of keep the momentum going as well. Thanks, Isis. Have a happy new year. And the aliens do seem quite nice. I'll give them a bit of another wave outside. But I hope your new year is fun and you have a good time. Hope you can get some sparkling, non-alcoholic champers or sparkling grape juice. I recommend the grape juice. My drink is slowly becoming better. I've managed to get through all the too much syrup. Now it's becoming minty and lime juicy. I was gonna make it alcoholic, but I've been feeling a little bit motion sick, so I'm not going to. But yeah, I'd like to do it like follow-a-thon or subathon, or possibly even do some charity streams and stuff like that in the future. I think I would like to do charity streams. May FF8 guide your way and help you get to 1,000 followers, girl. Thanks, guys. It would be really cool, huh? Maybe I should do like a Final Fantasy VIII randomizer challenge run of some sort as a follow-a-thon, subathon event thingy. A lot of this stuff will be coming after debut, because at the moment my attention and pretty much all of my time is going to be going towards getting the debut stuff ready. So there's a lot that's going to be going into the debut. A lot of setup that's going to have, like, this is why I'm taking a week. I'm going to be taking a week break before the debut event, because there's a lot of stuff that will need to get set up and stuff like what you're seeing right now that I will not be able to change while I'm currently streaming. Like, for example, I'm going to have to disassemble pretty much all of my stream scenes. How you do that? I think it's it's in the redeems panel. I think it's in the redeems panel, I believe. Yeah, it's so yeah, power-ups, they're spending bits, I believe. Yeah, they're spending bits. Yeah. It's a bit one. Unfortunately, you cannot use channel points for that one. Oh, thank you so much. I'd love to get, I'd also love to get to a, see, this is, I'm not gonna, I would like to, I want to hit partner eventually, but like, I don't think that's going to happen this year. Realistically, I don't think that's going to happen this year. That would be fucking cool though. I'd love to be at partner. Partner would be fantastic, but that would be, I mean, at the moment we're sitting about 7 concurrent viewers, which is fantastic. I love having the community that I do. You guys are so active, so nice, and I would like to keep that same vibe continuing. Partner is 70, so it'd be 10 times the amount of people in chat. So that would be really cool. A little bit hard to manage. I'd need to get some dedicated mods going and stuff like that once you hit sort of 70. I didn't change my tags. Okay. Okay. The celebrations are so cute. They really are very, very cute. But thank you so much for you guys for the on-screen celebrations. They really are appreciated. Everything that you guys like, any little bits appreciated, very much so. Oh, it can stack. Oh no! Oh no! You can keep spamming. Yes, yes, you could. You could indeed keep spamming. I could, and I mean, in theory, I could add like a stream-specific celebration emote that you could spam with. Oh, cozy vibes. But yeah, I would love to hit partner eventually. That would be really. Oh, but jeez. Are you guys having fun? I'm glad you guys are having fun. You ran out, damn. No! Too much fun. Twitch said no more. No more fun for you. Yeah, I would like to hit partner. Like, I have aspirations to be a small, I don't expect to become a large streamer, but I have aspirations of being at least considered a small streamer, because some people are like, unless you have 200 CCV or more, you are still a small streamer, and I'm like, okay. Me and my beloved 10 people. I love you. I love you guys. I think you guys are fantastic, but like the upper echelons, they're like, nah, you guys are cat food. I don't think so. I think you guys are fantastic. I have a great time on every stream. Everybody is so active and fantastic. Even in quiet moments, I know that I can still feel you guys are there. You know, I can feel moments of quiet in the chat are usually because there are moments of quiet in the stream, and that's partially on me, but it's also I don't mind being a streamer where there's moments of quiet, especially since if I do become a larger streamer, those moments of quiet will become fewer and far between. So I'm appreciating it while it's here. I'm enjoying the cozy vibes. I would like to continue the cozy vibes, because that's the kind of community I'm going to curate. But there will come, hopefully, come a time where there will be quite a few people in chat, and it'll be harder to manage, but still just as fun, I'm hoping. Also, oh no, where did it go? Come back, train of thought. I need you. Oh shit, where'd it go? Come back. I had you. You were right there. Ah! Moving on. I'd like to be drawing more. I definitely want to be drawing more in the new year. I have kind of been slacking off. I kind of let my inner demon get to me and talk me down from drawing as much as I was. And it's been about 7-8 months of that little voice in my head being like, you are wasting your time and it doesn't look good. So it's not been great, and it's been a bit of a fight to overcome that little voice. I actually find that looking at and I don't want to say worse, I want to say looking at artists who are earlier in their journey than I am, who are posting with confidence, and posting with enjoyment, and just enjoying the process of making art. And seeing that gives me motivation, being like, hey, there's still joy in posting whatever. It's like, if it doesn't come out, you know, looking like, you know, Meza's art or, you know, Nanoliss's art or whomever, if it doesn't come out looking top tier hot shit, especially since I'm not doing commissions, if it doesn't come out looking like top tier hot shit, it's not the end of the world. It is, in fact, still a victory that I've managed to make something. And I want to try and do better with taking the little victories, because we really are living in dark times. And the little victories are what make us human. So aspiring to perfection is not something that is accomplishable for a human being. I am flesh and blood. I require I require sustenance, and I require stimulation, and I require satisfaction in some form. So finding enjoyment, finding joy, and finding peace in stuff that's hobby, or even just stuff that's just showing off that, like, hey, I'm working on this. There are things I am working on, and I'm continuing to work on my skills, is worth it. So that's a resolution that I have, is like draw more, and be more joyful when I draw, and not take it so. I will still take it seriously. I'm still going to take it seriously, but like, don't be so hard on myself, because I am very, very hard on myself to a point where it's like easy to just give up. Oh, thank you so much for cheering the bits. Thank you so much for 1,000 bits. That's so generous. Thank you. Thanks, B-Man. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you. I think I have bits alerts turned off. That's something. New Year's resolution: fix my fucking alerts. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it so much. It's really appreciated. Like I said, everything that goes into the stream comes back onto the stream. Like anything you spend on the stream you will eventually see in front of you. It goes straight back into, like, this outfit, this background, it was purchased using stream funds. So thank you so much for supporting me and supporting the stream, because it's really appreciated. Yeah, wish that would train of thought would come back. I really do. It would be really appreciated if it would come back into the station. I would like to make sure I am publishing things in some degree. Like I mentioned, I'm working on a game for the debut. I have said to myself, if it's not looking like it will be finished for the debut in the current engine I'm working on it on, which is Unity, I'm just going to pivot to RPG Maker, and I will make an RPG Maker. I know how to make an RPG Maker. If I can, like, I don't know if I can make a game in 3 months in Unity, but I do know I can make a game in a month in RPG Maker. You know what I mean? So if it comes down to it, I will make it an RPG Maker, and I will crush it. I will make the best game, the best survival horror with a female protagonist that doesn't have a weirdly sexy walk that you've ever seen, it will be great. That's a weird gripe that I've had recently, but there's quite a few, like, because I've been following, like, I follow game devs. I try and watch what other game devs are doing. You've got stuff like Crow Country and Hollow Body, which have very interesting both art styles and premise, which are more, like, based on the PlayStation games and stuff like that, which look fantastic. But then you have stuff that's coming out, like, looking like Unreal. And they have weirdly sexy walk. They're like a horror, survival horror female protagonist, and like she's like doing a model strut while wearing just a towel as she's approaching a zombie. And it's like, why? Why? What? Why? I don't understand. What is going on? I don't know. I genuinely, I don't know. I guess it's just meant to be Guna bait. I guess that's the intention, was making a game where it's Guna bait. And I mean, I guess all of the naked and stuff mods for like Resident Evil 3 exist, so I guess there's a market for that. It's like they want to watch a naked lady with all of her coochie and her boobies out get bit by zombies. But like, still make a rule of your protagonist, like rule. There's probably a call out to Old Hollywood. No, I think it's just Guna bait. I know, like, there are like Old Hollywood horror, like where I know what you're talking about. No, it's Guna slop horror, Guna slop survival horror, and it with female. They're going to make a rule of your protagonist even if she's not. I know that. I have discussed this with a few of my friends because I discuss with my friends about like streaming strategy at times. I am fully aware there will come a time where there are people making lewd artwork of me. Regardless of what I say on the subject, it's going to happen. There is a reason that I've chosen a few degrees of separation from myself and Petra. Even though Petra is me, there is a level of separation that I've deliberately established for that reason. Do I encourage you to do that? I mean, do what you want. Like, I'm not after it. But like, if that's what you want to do. But I am fully aware that there is nothing, even if I don't want it to happen, there is nothing I can do. And the reality is that Guna bait is good promotion. There's no such thing as bad publicity. Like, have you seen some of the Guna material that comes out of the Hololive girls? Like, you know, I can't imagine how confident that the artists that made doujinshis of herself are, or themselves. I can't imagine it either, but like, where some people just don't have any degree of shame. Shame is something that is not in their vocabulary. The Gunas might eventually watch and sub, yeah. Precisely. Like, they see, oh, Guna, like, they see the Guna art and they might come and sub. And I have it in my rules. Like I mentioned, like, my rules are right there. It is like, we can have fun, but I'm not here to date. Some people will take that as a challenge. And that I also anticipate. I'm not budging on it, but some people are going to take that as a challenge, and it's going to be interesting to see. We'll see how I have to handle that. I see a mangaka that made corn of herself. Well, there is Yume shipping, and some people go very hard on the Yume shipping thing. They create a self version of themselves and ship themselves with a fictional character. That's just gooning, and they sell it at convention. Voyeurism is a kink. She probably goes home and goes, all those people are looking at me and jerking it to me, and she's like, oh yeah. You know, there are people who are like that. That's just what they're into. Like, I'm not shaming them for that. That's just what they're into. And good on them, I suppose. I mean, if that makes you happy. If it's not hurting anybody. So if people are doing things and it's not hurting anybody, it's not hurting themselves, it's not hurting anybody else, hey, go for it, you know? Just, Yume shippers have my respect for being able to do it. Yeah, I respect them. I respect the goon. Oh no! You can take that out of context if you really wish. No, I do respect it. I understand to a degree where, like, I wouldn't do that, but I respect where it's coming from. If that's what they're into, go for it, as long as it's well done. Yeah! Yeah, and like I said, the mangaka that's, like, that mangaka example, like, if that's what she's into, if, like, she's giving consent, she's giving her consent by selling it at a convention. Like, she is consenting to people viewing that artwork in that way, of her being depicted in that way, and she's fine with it. Probably one of you in chat have already I don't know about that one. Maybe. I don't want to know about it. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. I don't want to know. Admittedly, I'm not yet. I don't want to know. Where is this? Jeez. Yes. Alright. Like I said, I don't want to know. Keep that to yourself. I mean, if it makes you happy, but keep it to yourself. Look, to be fair, I am wearing, I'm not exactly wearing something... What's the word I'm looking for? Modest? I mean, it's like this could be less modest. There are toggles that make it slightly less modest, which I have obviously not got enabled. I've got the modesty toggles enabled, but I mean, it's not modest. I got my ribs out. So I am fully aware that I present as a attractive anime girl. So, you know. I would really wish that train would come back into the station, because there was a thought that I had, and it's still gone. It's still lost. Still lost in the void. Oh, one of my other resolutions is get super fit. I'm gonna go to the gym. I've taken up walking more regularly. But there is a gym that's going to be opening close by very soon, and I'm going to go to the gym. And gyms do have scummy practices, because they're like the subscription model. The gyms have had a subscription model before subscription models were, you know, a thing. And they do make it very hard to get out of those contracts, but I'm hoping the fact that it's there. Boxing is super strong. Yeah, I want to make sure I want to do weights, and I want to do, like, more, like, just muscle training in general. Because, like, cardio is great, but the more musculature you have, like the more calories you burn in general, and like the more calories you burn, the more food you can eat. And I really enjoy a nice cup of coffee with a big old pile of whipped cream on the top, and I want to be able to get my coffee with a pile of whipped cream on the top and be like, I'm bulking. I'm building muscle. I'm building muscle with this whipped cream. I'm getting super fit. Lift with your back. That's where you get real results. I'm pretty sure it's not that. I'm pretty sure I have people in my family who can attest that if you lift with your back, you don't get real results. You get you get results from your doctor about your spine being fucked. No, I want to do more like the chest presses and just lifting weights in general. Like, I'm not weak. I actually had my stepmom very surprised because I lifted the big dog, and it was just like I went up and like grabbed him and like lifted him, and it was like, oh, you can lift him? And I was like, yeah, he's like, you know, he's only like 35 kilos, you know. But she can't lift him. She's very petite. But I want to work more on that. I want to be able to... I want to be strong in a way that's reliable. I want people to be like, oh yeah, I can ask Petra to come over and help me with this, because I know Petra can lift it. Or I know I can ask Petra to do this thing that's going to require quite a bit of effort and quite a bit of time and like exertion. And I want to be relied on in that way. So I want to work towards it. That's part of my, I want to be reliable is pretty much the core of that New Year's resolution. Yeah. Yeah. Come help you move your couch. Precisely. Like, I'm pretty sure couches are always a two-man lift, but like, you know, I'll help. I want to be able to help you out with that. I'm pretty sure I could help you out with that now. A lot of couches and fridges are ahead of you then. I mean, you really should always put a regular fridge on a trolley. You shouldn't be lifting fridges. Like, there's no, I don't think, like, maybe a very small mini fridge you could probably lift safely. But like, everything else needs to go on a trolley, and if you are not doing them on a trolley, what are you doing? You will pay for that in future. And that's not a threat from me, that's a threat from the universe. Yeah, so being reliable, I would say, is the thing that I want to like really put on my New Year's resolution. So be more organized, be more reliable, really work hard on stream, get fit. Am I missing anything? Oh, be more obnoxious about Final Fantasy VIII. That's a New Year's resolution. Have a hand truck for a fridge, not even just... Wait, they're so big. Yeah, they're unwieldy. Like, you've got all of those, like, there's a lot of usually, like, drawers and stuff in fridges, so, like, the weight inside a fridge, like, obviously, some people are real stupid and they don't empty a fridge before moving it. My sister and her partner. One time I ripped off a fridge door by accident. Jesus. Good job. Damn. But fridges tend to have a lot of weight in them that shifts as you're trying to move them, which is really bad. It was stuck and I pulled a little too hard. I have this vague inclination that I've done something similar, but I don't remember what it is. I'll have to get back to you on that. But I have this vague feeling. Oops, I yawned. Oh no. I heard that wasn't opening a floodgate. That would be bad. Yeah, reliable, organized, get fit, be more obnoxious, publish more things. I am currently... I have an admission. And this will probably come back to bite me. And it's fine. Because I'm going to be honest. And I'm going to be fully honest. Before it's even published or out there. And then somebody will be like, oh, you said this. And be like, yes, I did. And I said it with my whole ass. The whole thing. My entire ass. I'm currently working on hopefully getting something published this year. Now, the thing that I'm working on started out as a fanfiction. However, it is actually in the universe that Petra is from. So it follows the same world rules and stuff as Petra. And a lot of the characters are kind of out of character. There are a couple of things that are like really significant references, but there are also there's a lot of it that's just original content. So I would put its marker at like 70-30 original versus reference content, right? So I am currently going through it and I am replacing the names and I'm removing the references and I'm going to publish that. Because it is actually a full book. Full-sized, end-to-end. It is a full-length book. 140,000 words. I believe the original Harry Potter novel was 90. So it's a 140,000 word book. And it's finished. It's a finished book. But like it is currently a fan fiction. My plan, and it's not really a good one, but like it's a plan. My plan is to strongly edit the first couple of chapters. A 50 Shades of Grey method, yes. Yes. Yeah. Xenos salamanders? Minus salamander. Xenos minus salamanders? I don't understand the meaning of of your message. Sorry. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah. I think 50 Shades of Grey like 50 Shades of Grey was always an AU, and it's the same sort of thing. It's like are the characters in character? Yeah, kinda. But like Christian Grey isn't a vampire. I believe he wasn't a vampire in the original either. Whereas everybody is a vampire in mine. Ha! No, not everybody is a vampire. Warhammer 40k. I see. That's one thing I wouldn't mind looking into, but that I feel like Warhammer is one of those and I hate Alien. I see. I think Xenos minus salamanders. I think I understand. But yeah, why do you hate Alien? Like the movie Alien? Xenomorphs? It's a good movie. Or do you just hate the aliens? I need to stop. New Year's resolution: stop starting sentences with I do want to be posting clips more regularly as well. Xenos is Warhammer Snowfall. Yeah, like xenophobia, Xenos. Okay, no problem. I see. Yeah, I understand. I'm going to have a few friends check the book before I start looking at publishing methods. I think I am going to self-publish it to some degree, just because it started out as an edited fanfiction. The plan is to... Because humans are worthy of universal rule, the emperor of mankind. Okay. No auto doxing. Yeah, I gotta try doing that. I'll do my best. It's hard sometimes. It's like, I want to talk about the area I'm, like, I want to talk about the city. But it's hard. I think there are a lot of streamers where you have like a general, or like content creators where you have a general gist of the area that they live in, just because they make content in that general area. And a lot of, like, for Los Angeles is one of those ones where it's like, yeah, okay, that's expected. But like, I'm Australian, and as a content creator, I'm pretty much guaranteed to be living in one of three cities, or in relative proximity to 3 cities, which is Sydney, Melbourne, or the Gold Coast. Not Brisbane, the Gold Coast. So, I mean, is there anything I can do about that? Not really. Especially if I do eventually want to be making, you know, live content, which I would like to do. Makes you happy talking like people on internet docs with Lex info. That's true. It's true. If I do get doxed, there's less people that can come after me because I'm in Australia. I mean, that's you having the same thought. Same thought. Like, what are you gonna do? You gonna find 200 million cane toads? You share a credit card number, please? No. That I've been very careful with. Same brainwaves, yes. We're on the same wavelength. That's the thing, is like, if you get doxxed in America, and especially if you have a high following, like if you were an American content creator and you get doxxed, there is someone who is probably like, not even just one, you go probably anywhere from like 1 to 15 people who are going to be in your general vicinity, right? Especially if you're in Los Angeles. Like, if you are living in California and you get doxxed as a streamer, there is going to be at least 50 people to 100 or more who are going to be in your general vicinity who can do something about the fact that you are, you know, you've been doxxed. Australia has 25 million people, and also majority of my viewer base is not Australian. So even if they did have, like, they're like, oh, I know where Petra lives, I'm going to call SWAT on Petra. One, I don't know if they can. I don't know if we have SWAT. I don't think they can SWAT us in Australia. But also, do you know the contact number for Australian SWAT? Because I don't. Do you know the Australian number for emergency services? I do. But I guarantee that most other countries don't. Trick is to stream in English but live in a non-English speaking country. Yeah. Tell you the truth, I think there's something very happy this year. Not because I'm bored or indifferent, it's just that when I look back at the past years, I feel like when I was young, I was very active, but now being optimistic is a far-fetched thing to me. That's just called getting older. But unfortunately, that comes with not only just being older, but we are not living in times that promote positivity or optimism. There is a degree of having to look inward to find your own joy, because I spent many years in sort of in a dark place, and I'm not going to get into it. I have gotten into it before and I'm not going to get into it, but finding joy is, unfortunately, the onus is on you. You need to spend the time thinking about, one, what makes you happy, and two, if something doesn't make you happy, am I able to offset it in any degree? Am I able to find something that makes me being unhappy that makes me being unhappy worth it? because like there are a lot of times that I don't enjoy my job. But there is a lot in the rest of my life that isn't my job that I've started finding joy in. Like, I found joy in streaming, but even before I started, like, I had been planning to stream, but even before I was planning to stream, I was taking the time. The only thing you care about is my white thighs. You may need to find other things. You may need to find additional. That's fine to have on the list, but like, you may need to find additional things. Even just a hobby, a game, small moments, because you're not going to be happy always. And coming to grips with the fact that you're not going to be happy makes being happy easier. Something I've actually always wanted to get tattooed, and I will probably eventually, is "This too shall pass." And it's a saying that will make you happy when you're sad, and make you sad when you're happy. Because everything is transient. The happiness that I feel now will not necessarily be the happiness that I feel tomorrow. And maybe in a few days' time I'll be sad again. I know a couple of days ago I was very not happy because there were things that were happening. But I'm happy now. And that's worth it. So, living... I mean, my motivation, like, when I came out of high school, they were like, what do you want to do in life? What do you want to be? And I was like, I want to be happy. I want to be content. And that has actually continued. Like, it's like, if I'm not doing my dream job, I can still find happiness doing other things. Like, is streaming my dream job? Not necessarily. I would have liked to really get into game dev. But game dev is one of those things where my skill set is so varied because I've done indie work for so long that it's quite difficult for me to get into game dev on a professional scale. Would I still not mind it? Yeah, I'd love to be a have professional credits. But it's such a temporary... What part of game dev? Probably writing? Yeah, I'd like to be a writer and a game writer, narrative designer, or narrative writer. I have skill, quote unquote. I have some ability, obviously, to draw, but I also have a little bit of 3D ability. I have a little bit of design ability. I've built games before in RPG Maker, so like I have a degree of knowledge of like node-based systems. But jack of all trades, master of none, you know? So I still wouldn't mind getting into it, but I'm not unhappy with the fact that I'm not, you know? I enjoy streaming, I enjoy creating content, and storytelling is really the thing that I want to be doing. So as long as I'm finding means to tell stories, whether or not it's through streaming, through writing, through making comics or games or whatever, if I'm telling stories, then I'm happy. And so I'm happy at the moment. I'm having a great time. Like, if somebody was to stop me in the street and be like, hey, are you happy with your life? I'd be like, yeah, I'm happy with my life. Are there things that could be improved? Yeah, but I'm finding that being at a point where, like, I don't know what else to do kind of leaves you with a bad taste in your mouth. Won't hurt to send resume. Maybe something good happens. I send resumes sometimes. I'm happy, you're happy, making us happy to be happy. With game dev, it's very much who you know. Resume, you don't usually get a game dev job with a resume. And that I know from, like, I've done, like, industry, networking for game dev before. I've done a lot of game dev related stuff. I studied game dev. What year do you remember the most? Great question. 2020's up there. I quite strongly remember quite a bit of 2020. Um, 2023, I think. My memory tends to be a bit fuzzy because I don't make sequential memories very well, unfortunately. I mean 2025 I remember because it just happened. I remember quite a bit of 2020 because I remember there's just a lot going on. We lost a dog in 2019, so 2019 is a bit of a blur. But for me, a lot of 2019 and 2020 was really made up with Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers, and it was one of those times where I was spending a lot of time not even just doing the same thing, but just not having a lot of new experiences. So I remember what was going on because the new experiences that were cropping up, I'm like, oh, okay, I remember that. Whereas the day-to-day was very, very the same. So yeah, I think I remember 2020, but I don't know. It's hard to say. Saying I remember a year is kind of... I don't really remember years. I remember moments that happened in a year. I'm trying to remember when I went to a certain event, and I think that was the year before, 2024. The year before last, haha. Yeah, I don't know. I remember a bit of 2009, but a lot of stuff is like patchy. I remember things in moments rather than complete years. But yeah. I am really looking forward to the stuff that is coming in 2026 though. My horoscope looks very bright. I think a lot of people's horoscope looks pretty bright, which is hopeful. Apparently, like, next year is the ending of a cycle, of like a 9-year cycle, which would be sweet. That'd be good. Some fresh starts would be nice. I did feel that this year was a conclusion of sorts. There is a lot that has changed in my life this year. Like, this year will, like, 2025 will be a year I remember because so much changed drastically in 2025. Like, I started streaming actively is one of them. I hit Twitch affiliate in 2025. I did publish a game this year. There was a lot of progress in that form. Like, I hit, like, I've got 1,000 followers on TikTok now, which is crazy. Like, I'm going to remember it for those moments, but, like, I bought a house this year. Like, there's been some really significant life changes for me, in 2025, which will only continue. Like, it's not just going to be like, oh, things change and like then now they're going to hit a new status quo. It's like the status quo is still getting established. Things are still changing, which is a bit scary for me because I'm not good with it. I'm not good with change. I'm not good with like big gravitational shifts in the way that my life is proceeding. Like, I'm not one of those people who like I have to sit in the same chair every day. But I am one of those people is like, once, like, if you make me use a new toothbrush, I'm not happy. Or like a new texture of toothbrush. Like, I use a medium toothbrush. If I have to switch to soft, I'm very unhappy. Posture check. Ugh. Sad stories, but the saddest one is Guru's graduation. I understand graduation from, like, as a means to separate yourself from a company, right? And I think Guru graduating is sad. But the reality is that she didn't graduate from being a streamer. She's still around. If she was actually graduating from being a streamer, then I would be like, yeah, this is really sad, as a sad moment. But her leaving Hololive just meant that she could go and hang out with the indies. So I didn't find it sad, personally. I didn't expect Gura to quit. As far as I'm aware, Gura's like mid-20s, I believe. So she has still quite a bit of time in terms of like work life. And the reality is streaming is very, very profitable for her. So even if she's not having fun with it necessarily, like her quitting would be financially inadvisable. Mume was sort of most sad because she hasn't come back at least yet. Yeah. And I believe, I don't know if Mume is one of the ones who graduated because of medical issues, right? Like Mume's had some significant like throat issues, right? I don't know if I'm remembering the right one. So Mume is one of those ones that's a bit, it could be the end. She may not come back to streaming because it is something that is medically difficult for her to do. Gura, on the other hand, was just because of like disagreements with management. And so when a streamer goes, I'm having difficulties with my management, I am graduating, I'm like, okay, you'll be back in, 2 months. You still have Guru stickers. And they're absolutely fine to have. I mean, like, the merch, like, Guru still exists as a IP property, even if she's not streaming. So, I mean, and her personality is still there in Saba. So, she's gone but not forgotten, as they say. I think being indie has its pros and cons, because being indie on the level of Saba, she can very, very much pay for a dedicated mod team, dedicated clip team, dedicated editing team. So she's indie. She's probably got a manager, like a dedicated clip team, editor, manager, mod team, who are all getting paid. And that manager is going out of the way to go and establish like collabs and stuff like that. And that's some sort of stuff that you get in corpo. So she's still getting the corpo benefits while indie. Yeah. Saba still has some medical issues as well, but she's not going anywhere long term. Yeah. Medical issues are one of those ones that it's like, streaming is really good because you've got medical issues, you can still show up on stream as a VTuber. It's like, no one necessarily needs to know, but two, it means that you don't have to, like, Iron Mouse. Bye, No Name. Have a great new year. Bye-bye. I can't wave with this particular model. Yeah, like, Saba's in a corpo position in an indie method, so, like, at the end of the day, with her medical issues and her sporadic streaming schedule, people are like, oh, that won't happen when she's Saba. And it's like, it did anyway. She is better off indie because she still has that power. But, like, there are a lot of people who would still benefit. Like, I would benefit from being corpo because having a manager who's able to, one, coordinate scheduling for me, but also coordinate collaborations for me would be useful. At this point, I am my manager, and my manager sucks. Considering firing her, to be honest. Talking about graduations, I still remember Sharktooth VTuber that was popular got terminated for playing Hogwarts. Got terminated for playing Hogwarts? Like, with that particular like, they were not... I guess they were in a, like, smaller corpo then. Probably not, a corpo that anybody could name offhand. I don't really want to get into the Hogwarts drama. I don't want to touch that with a 10-foot pole. The bottom line is, I would not play it on stream. And this is coming from somebody who used to like Harry Potter. I used to. like Harry Potter. But for one thing, I grew out of it, so I'm not interested in playing a Harry Potter game. But two, there's so much just baggage with the IP at this point, so I don't want to go anywhere near it. Yeah. Just attack so much you graduated. Yeah, I don't condone attacking people. I'm never going to condone attacking people. And like, as much as it sucks, I'm going to have to keep saying that for the duration of me being a streamer. I do not condone attacking people for their views, because no matter what, if it comes to a point where I'm like, I have an opinion, there are going to be times where people turn around and go, oh, I'm going to go, you know, Petra said this, so I'm gonna go and comment on somebody else's stream or comment on somebody else's, like, Twitter post. And I'm going to have to make a statement going like, hey, I don't condone this. And I'm going to, and saying it right now, I don't condone attacking people, especially not in my name. Never gonna be a thing. Never gonna be a thing. I understand why it happened though, because people were already very, very, very heated about Hogwarts. And personally, as a streamer myself, if I saw things getting as heated as they are with Hogwarts, I wouldn't be touching it. Even if it was like, my intention is to play that game eventually. My plan would be like, this is the thing, is at this point, I'm not really playing anything that's current, right? I'm not really playing anything with current controversy because I'm not really playing games that are current. I'm playing games that released like a couple of years ago or like 20 years ago. And usually those are the two spectrums of the games that I'm playing at the moment. But if I were to be playing a game that's releasing, you know, pretty much immediately, such as Resident Evil Requiem, I would be doing my research on the controversy, because my brand is my biggest asset. And this is, again, another peek behind the curtain. How you are perceived by the general public is everything when you are a content creator. Like, people aren't coming into my stream because they need hints or tips on how to crochet something. That's not what the content I'm currently making is. I'm making game dev commentary content and story-based content sporadically. People come to my stream for game dev commentary content and my personality. If I make people hate me, I have nothing. So it's in my best interest to make sure that I'm not putting myself in a position where, especially my own viewer base, but like even other people's viewer base, because algorithms exist, are going to come and show up and make my life a living hell. That's my responsibility. The onus is on me in that respect, because I need to be responsible about managing my brand. So, did Pikami get attacked in a way that was unnecessary? Yes. Should Pikami have had a look at the controversy surrounding Hogwarts, regardless of where she was it doesn't matter where she stood on it. It doesn't matter what her opinion is on the Hogwarts IP. Doesn't matter what her opinion is on JKR. Doesn't matter. Is it on her, the fact that she didn't look at the way that people were reacting to that particular piece of media and go, maybe streaming this is a bad idea? A little bit. I do tell you how to cook. Do you come to my stream to hear cooking tips? I'm not really a lifestyle content creator. I do a little bit of it. There are people whose content, she has Japanese, she had no doubt about all the controversy. Yes, I understand that. But she also has an English viewer base. As far as I'm aware, she has an English viewer base, right? Like, Pikami was streaming to English viewers as well. It does suck. Like, I'm not saying it's entirely her fault, because there's a lot of nuance here. So, especially, the Japanese don't get a lot of this because it's just not it's not important to them in that respect. It's not really a public issue. Like, public issues are not public issues in Japan, which is not necessarily the best thing. But it's also just how Japanese culture is. And the problem with that is it can lead to people not being conscious of other things that are going on. I don't blame Pikami. I do not blame. I think people overreacted in the situation. I also think attacking a Japanese streamer in that respect is foolish, because Japanese streamers are not going to know. Expecting Japanese streamers to have full comprehension and cohesion, like cognition of what is really a very American issue is very simple-minded. It's very narrow-minded. As an English-speaking streamer, I am on top of that stuff on purpose. But, like, expecting a Japanese streamer to be on top of that is just ridiculous. League of Legends lobby. I have an idea about League of Legends lobbies, but I don't know if Japanese society culture. I honestly, like, I don't really want to say anything bad about the Japanese. Because I think there is a lot of... There are both pros and cons to the level of you are on your own that Japan has. Like, America's like, you are on your own, but we're going to get involved in your shit. Like, but Japan is like, you are on your own. You are on your own. You know? Yeah. And it looks like, yes. And that is absolutely true. There are so many tweets I've seen saying it's like something is like, oh, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, but I'm not in the US. And they're like, what do you mean? Like, who did you vote for example? I can tell you right now, I didn't vote. Because I'm not American. And there are quite a few other instances of this happening. Unfortunately, I feel like this is only going to continue to be more prevalent as ChatGPT continues turning our brains into pudding. But if you're a Japanese VTuber and have a boyfriend, they would shame on you. I guarantee that quite a few of them do, but they keep it a secret. I believe... Are you talking about Rumia? Rumia's had a whole other shit. A whole lot of stuff going on. You'd be surprised. Especially, like, okay. Like, for example... Yeah. Yes, that's true. For example, like, if I turn around and I go, I have a partner. It would not be a big deal. For one thing, I'm small. But for two things, my brand is not virtual girlfriend. Like, I'm not showing up here and going, hey, big boy, did you have a good day at work today? Hmm? Let me cook you some dinner. Like, I'm not doing that. That's not my brand. That's not what I'm setting out to do. There are VTubers who have the brand of being a virtual girlfriend. The brand of virtual girlfriend is very much a landmine the moment you get a partner. Because if you've gone into the brand of, I am your girlfriend, to your entire audience, like, you're set out to make a parasocial relationship with them. So people get quite mad. People get very angry. We are spoiled mother balls. I do try to spoil you guys as much as I can. I like making you guys happy. And in the sense of like, I want to make good content for people who are here. Like, I mean, that's just what being a content creator is about. Oh, speaking of New Year's resolutions, I do definitely want to do hand cams streams, probably on TikTok, but we'll see how that goes. If you have not seen me on TikTok, please check me out on TikTok. I actually make edited videos and post them on TikTok. Because TikTok doesn't like when I post stream content. But the reality is, I've lost my train of thought again. Goodbye! Wah! I believe I was saying something about virtual girlfriends and TikTok. TikTok. Oh, hand cam content. I'm going to make hand cam content on TikTok, and it's probably also going to go on YouTube. I may do long form stuff with it, but we'll see. I want to do more long form content. That's the train. Oh, I lost that train of thought, so the other one can roll back in. Yay! I want to do more long form content. I want to do long form content. As you can see on my streams, I don't currently do Petra hands. I'll be wearing gloves. I'll be wearing gloves, and I'll be wearing gloves that match my lore. So, hopefully not going to spoil immersion too much. So, my plan is to, like, costume up my hands and my, like, my arm, like, parts of my arm that you can see. So, immersion is maintained to some degree. Like, I can't have anime hands, obviously, but you know, there are limitations. But so I've got a shop box, which is just like some wallpaper stuck on inside a cardboard box with some lighting. I want to do more stuff with minis. I want to build, like I have a whole, like a couple of like diorama sets that I'd like to build. I don't know if I'm going to build them on stream. But if I do build them, I would like to do like a video tour of them eventually as well. Cooking streams are a little bit more difficult. Cooking streams obviously involve me being in my kitchen to some degree. The lighting in there is not great. There is a lot of shadow casting, which I don't... So my hands, okay. My shadow, problem. Also, a lot of reflective surfaces, so cooking streams would probably not happen. At least not this year. I think maybe I could get away with it on an induction cooker, and I would have to use all of my cookware not reflective. But cooking streams are very, very iffy as a VTuber. Especially if you are... What's the word I'm looking for? Like, I've seen some people do them, but I just think a lot of people have, like, set up their kitchen specifically for it. And their kitchen is blacked out, no reflective surfaces, everything's matte paint. And my kitchen is not designed for that. My kitchen is based on, you know, general design principles. So, like, I have a knife block, which is like a big black smeg knife block, which is reflective. I have an induction cooktop, which is reflective. My fridge is shiny, so it's reflective. My sink is metal, so it's reflective. Like, everything's reflective. It's like, on one hand, I'd love to do cooking streams, but on the other hand, that would directly conflict with the whole auto-doxing thing. Yeah, a lot of dollars prepping their kitchen for that stuff. Yeah, no. I would prefer spending my renovation money on stuff like paint. Like, I've just decided on a color for my feature walls in my lounge room and my dining room, which is a color called School Captain by Dulux. You already saw me bald. No. You saw the V-Bridger model bald. You didn't see this one bald. I have seen other people's Suika model bald. That'd be fun. I could have a bald toggle, but I'm gonna make it like 10,000 points. Or bits. I am adding a bald toggle to the model, to the debut model. It's going to cost you, but it's there. I'm also adding cat ears to that one, so that's fun. There's gonna be so it's got cat ears, bald, jacket, ponytail. Is Petra's face reflected in the spoon? Yeah! Right? No. Yeah, no cooking stream. No cooking stream. Like matte black cutlery. That's not worth it for a VTuber, I think. Not worth it. I think at least in my current trajectory, if I were to do a cooking stream, I would set myself up with a PNG tuber that just responds to my voice and maybe with a lav mic. And then I would set up like a little animated kitchen on the stream. And I would talk you guys through what I'm what I'm doing in the kitchen. So like there would be no visuals of my kitchen, but I would be physically in the kitchen. You would be hearing like pots and pans clanking, like the sizzling of food, whatever. So that would be how I would approach that particular method of like streaming if I were to do like a physical stream in that respect. And I think that would be the most realistic way to approach it as while being a head pat me until I'm bald. You don't go bald from head patting. You grow more hair because you're stimulating the hair follicles. That's something I've been trying to do more, is like actually properly take care of. Like for a long time I didn't have any kind of upkeep, but these days I do use a serum and a moisturizer, and I do try to put a little bit of hair oil or some like a mask in my hair, because the reality is my hair needs upkeep. My hair needs attention. My hair is curly. Well, wavy. But wavy is actually a form of curl. If you have wavy hair and you're like, oh, it's always frizzy and it's just like this, it's not. It's curly and you need to take care of it like it's curls. Fun fact from Petra. Yeah, I spent a long time fighting with very, very frizzy hair. And I was just like, I can't do anything with it. It's like every time I try and brush it, it just goes frizzy. I've been using all of these products that are meant to help with frizz. And eventually I tried curl shampoo and curl conditioner, because I read something online that's like, oh, if you've got wavy hair, you've technically got curly hair. And I was like, really? And then I tried it, and it's like, for the first time in a really long fucking time. In fact, the only other time in recent memory had been when I'd cut my hair very short. It wasn't frizzy, and I was like, so I'm still working on getting all of that sort of stuff. I need to get diffuser for my hairdryer. A proper diffuser for my hairdryer. That would be really nice to have. I have princess kind of hair when it is long, so it's so beautiful. Nice! Congratulations! Everybody loves long hair. Even people are like, oh, I don't like long hair. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. You like long hair. Long hair is just a little bit of a pain to maintain at times. And I can speak from significant experience. I've had my hair long for most of my life. I've pretty much always had long hair. I have cut it shoulder length a couple of times. I cut it very short for a while, but my hair grows fairly quickly. So there was a point in my life I went like 1 inch long, and at this point I have to pull it because I can't tell. About 3 inches past my collarbone. Long hair is nice. We appreciate the effort you ladies go through to maintain it. Thank you. I'm glad people, like, it is appreciated, because, God, the money, the time, the pain. Now, I have learned that I need to use a comb to brush my hair. Like, I have to comb it, I can't use a brush, I have to comb it. Ideally, I brush it immediately getting out of the shower, and ideally, as soon as I get out of the shower, I should grab, like, my finger or something like a curling iron, and not turn it on, but wrap each lock of hair around the curling iron, and then hold it there, and maybe even put a little bit of, like, curl spray into it, or use some, like, curl foam or cream in my hair after I get out of the shower, and I should really do that every single time I get out of the shower. And then to, like, give my curls, and then scrunch it a little bit and dry it with a t-shirt, and then I won't get any frizz and all my curls will be super defined. Yeah, water and soap is good enough. Yeah. Unfortunately, it's also because women have very varying hormones throughout their lives, is they need more maintenance at different periods in the month. And so as a result, it just ends up that you spend all of the month doing the maintenance. I have to admit though, there was a period of time I was using 2-in-1 shampoos. I was just like, I can't be fucked. Nothing works. I'm giving up. I don't give a fuck anymore. I give up. And I was just using a menthol men's 2-in-1 shampoo. And that's all I was using. I'd get in the shower, 2-in-1 shampoo, wash my body with soap, get out, and that's it. I don't do that anymore. But 3-in-1. Yeah, it was just a 2-in-1. It was a shampoo and conditioner. One and done. So yeah. It worked quite well, but like my hair would still look shit. My hair looked like shit, but like it worked in terms of like it got my hair clean. I'm one of those people are gonna keep telling me, oh, you shouldn't wash your hair every day. And it's like, and then we're slowly developing a movement of people who are like, you know that I have to, right? I have to. And body wash, 1 bottle for everything. Damn. Yeah, I did choose the man path for a while. It you know what? It was nice. It was nice. It was peaceful. Peaceful. Yeah. All-in-1 shampoo. Yeah, not bad. I just feel like I'd go through that really quickly. And soap is so much cheaper. Like I use soap now. Like I used to use body wash, but like I can't. Body wash doesn't go on half price sale frequently enough for me to justify using body wash. So I just use a block of soap. Like I use a nice one. Like I use a lemongrass or like a eucalyptus or something. But I use soap. I wash with soap. But I do have 3 whole steps in my hair washing process because I have curls. Which is pre-shampoo, shampoo, and mask. Which is very interesting. The pre-shampoo I'm still not used to having. I've never used this before and I'm like, why am I conditioning my hair before I wash it? It's weird. It is really weird. But my hair is looking quite nice these days. And I like having nice hair. I like going in the mirror and just like being able to like drag my fingers through my hair and I look at in the mirror and my hair is decent. It's not like frizzy. There's no, well, a fuck ton of flyaways. Like I cut my hair. I also personally cut my own hair most recently. It's getting to a point where I need to cut it again. But, you know, a women's cut is like $80. So it's not fucking worth it. The pink tax comes for all women, specifically. It's just crazy that like, it's still gender based. They'll still go in and be like, a man can show up with like ass length hair and be like, cut my hair, and they're like, yep, $15. The fuck you mean? And I could have gone in with my very short hair and be like, can I just have a trim? And they'd be like, yep, $90. Like, why? Why are you doing this to me? You know? You sound like the friend I would spend hours playing Black Ops Zombies with, complaining about hair. I don't know, man. I think the whole thing with haircuts costing so much is pretty bullshit, to be honest. Pink tax is bad for anything beauty fashion. Yes, it is. It is very much. It is very real, and it is very annoying. Like I've bought my most recent razors. I bought men's ones because I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try men's ones because they're significant. Because I was looking at them and I'm like, the razor that I like, which has a self lather on it, because I don't like having to lather. I find lathering annoying. I find buying shaving cream in any degree annoying. So I usually get a razor with a self lather on it. You don't really get them, men's don't really have them, women's do. But the ones that I like, refill packs of them are about $20 for four razor heads. That's insane. That's just the head of the razor. That's not just like the hand. Like if I were to lose the handle, I'd have to buy another pack. Like a pack with the razor in it. And that's another $20. But one of those clippers that hooks into the vacuum. Haven't been to a barber since. Yeah, see, I'm not shaving my head, man. My brother-in-law just shaved his head, and he sent people a photo of that one, and then I have set it to his contact photo in my phone. Not because it's a good photo, because it is a distinctly unflattering photo. Pink color is made of the blood of flamingos, that's why it's expensive. I don't accept otherwise. Pink tax is just like, there are things that women have to buy that men do not have to buy. And as a result, the cost of upkeep is more expensive. Like, because of hormonal changes, women do have to buy stuff to treat acne. That's just a fact. It's like, even a fully grown woman will occasionally get breakouts during that time of the month. And it is inadvisable to not do anything about it. Like, you should be washing your face properly, and the pH in soap is not appropriate for your face. So they at least need to buy some kind of face wash for that period of time. And then you've got everything else and blah 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 hubba hubba. I can't believe the next holiday isn't until Easter. Well, no, actually, hang on. I'm wrong. There is a... hang on. So I believe... hang on. I'm looking at my planner. Alright, so... national holiday. So we got New Year's Day. So Australia Day in Australia is still Monday, the 26th. Awesome. I get public holiday pay for that. Extract the pink painlessly, just turn the flamingos white. I don't think there is an ethical way of getting the blood of flamingos. Sorry. I don't think that's the case. And then the next one after that is Good Friday, Easter Monday. And then, isn't Easter Sunday? Also... interesting. Okay, so Good Friday, Easter Monday, and then Anzac Day is on a Saturday this year. So people are not going to be happy about that. I don't know if they're going to be honoring that one. King's birthday is the 8th of June. I get paid for that one. The tax on the metal pipe sound effect. No. I think that's perfectly fine. I do not want to get spammed with the metal pipe. I get jump scared enough with it as it is. Okay, so yeah, Easter Sunday is a holiday in my state. And then Melbourne Cup. Labor Day. Okay, so I've got a few public holiday pays this year, which is quite exciting for me. So in Australia, if you work a public holiday, you get paid double time and a half, I believe, actually. So you get your regular rate paid at double and a half if you work a public holiday. Depends on where you work. Some places pay double, some places pay double and a half. But if it depends on whether or not the price of uncap. Absolutely, I am not uncapping that. Are you guys really gonna try and claim I'm scamming you? You're not being scammed. You're being regulated. You're not being scammed down there. What are you talking about? You are not being scammed. If it were real money, then maybe. It is not real money. If I want to make Petra drink 10 liters of matcha latte, it is my decision. No, that is my decision. I decide on whether or not I want to drink 10 liters of matcha latte. This human stomach can only hold 5 liters. That's where it's that's the limits of its stretching capacity is 5 liters. Is why drinking an entire human body's worth of blood is so unrealistic for vampires. I think it's actually 4 liters. How much is it? How much is it actually? If you're insisting it's not, if you're insisting that it is overpriced, let me have a look. How much is pipe? Good joke. Curbing my enthusiasm on jump scare Petra. No, I think that's fine. No. How quickly? How quickly have you drunk 3 bottles of Coca-Cola? And how big were they? Were they the 1.25 or were they the 3 liter? These are important questions. The human stomach stretches, but its overall capacity, I believe, in one moment, is about 4.5 liters. And there are a lot of instances where people are like, oh, the person drained the body dry. The level of stretch is also dependent on how much capacity you have in a general, like, this is why they're like, if your stomach, like, if you don't eat a lot for a few days, your stomach shrinks. The 2 and the 3. Also, it depends on how quickly your body processes that into liquid. Viscosity plays a factor. So in stuff like sodas, which are like 70 to 80% water, they're very likely going to be converted into waste faster than what I would say blood would be. I do need to do a little bit more research into this, but it also depends on how quickly you drank them. A lot of people, the general consensus is if somebody starts drinking from, like a vampire starts drinking from a human, it doesn't take long for them to drain them. Like, that's the, like, they cut into the jugular vein. Like, really, you're getting a pressure hose of blood sprayed into your mouth. So it would be pretty unrealistic for a vampire to be hold all the blood at once. Oh my. My regular hair has returned. I quite like the contrast with the dress and my regular hair, to be honest. It's quite nice. I needed more topics for tonight. I realized that I've run out of topics. Do I have plans in the future? Because I don't really, no, not really. Because the thing is, I don't really have much time to make plans of, like, going out and doing stuff. Because I've got all of the debut stuff to be doing. I also have game dev stuff that I want to be doing. For example, I finally had an opportunity to work on something that I've wanted to. Have a great day, Noverno. Catch you later! I'll be back tomorrow with Final Fantasy 9. It's gonna be interesting, as I would really like to finish that game on stream. I'd like to have that game finished next stream. So we'll see how we go. I may have to blitz it, because I'm only at the Desert Castle. We'll see how we go. I would like to start Final Fantasy X soon. No, I've got a lot of stuff that I need to get ready for the debut. Like, the model's pretty much done. I wanted to play around with some particle effects. Like this one? No, not this one. Oh. Hang on. Right. Oh, here we go. Like these ones. I'd like to play around with this or these. Because I think it would be nice to have. And at the moment I don't really have them. So I'd like to, you know, work on that, hopefully get those up and running. But the model is pretty much done. It's just the game. But it's saying it's just the game is like it's like walking to the base of Mount Fuji and going, it's just a mountain. Because it's not Everest. It's not insurmountable. It's not, I don't need to bring a whole bunch of oxygen and stuff like that, as far as I'm aware. But it's still a mountain. It's still a mountain that I need to prepare for. It's still a lot of work that needs to go into it. It's going to be a lot of work to get the game finished and ready for debut. But I'm excited. I am very much looking forward to working on that game. And I'm looking forward to being able to, like, I've got a lot of game dev, like, energy in me at the moment. Like, I've spent the last week, like, while I was off stream, being, like, just, like, going for it. And it's been fun. It's been really good, actually. I had a really good time with it. So I'm looking forward to doing more game dev stuff in 2026. I tried to stop Goon, but I couldn't. Damn. Sorry. Okay. It's gonna be interesting. I think 2026 is going to be an interesting year. I'm getting the vibe that 2026. I did mention earlier in stream, keep that to yourself. But it's okay. I am going to, like, I'm looking forward to 2026. But I think it is going to be interesting. It's going to be a lot of work. So I am looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to getting through it with you guys, because I think it's going to be fun. I am going to take a short break. I just need to go to the bathroom, have a bit of a snack, and I'm going to run a break. I'm running an ad. So go get yourselves a snack and a drink, and I will catch you in a minute. Okay, back in a minute. am back. Okay, I actually have remembered one final topic for this evening, and I think we'll go till 3:15 my time. And then I think we'll wrap it up. I am going to set down a ground rule while we're here, and I will add it to my rules later. I was talking about this with Navono earlier, but, you know, I do not mind physically being seen in a sexual manner. My avatar is an attractive avatar. That's on purpose. That's fine. However, I would prefer if it's not in my stream chat, because it makes it a little awkward for everybody. Keep it to yourself. That's absolutely fine to keep it to yourself. I'm not going to be like, don't do that, because it's going to happen anyway. But not in stream chat. I will add it to my rules later. It's my bad for not having it in my rules. It's not my bad for not having it as a sort of like a general vibe thing. But as I mentioned a little bit earlier, I'm not a virtual girlfriend streamer. I am just a content creator who does story-based, game-based, and sometimes lifestyle content. I would prefer if we don't have it in my actual stream chat. And I'm saying that in, like, I'm not trying to be, like, I mean, it is coming from in response to something. But it is in a general statement that is my bad for not mentioning earlier. It's like, yeah, just, it does kind of interrupt the flow of the chat because it does make it awkward for everybody else. So that is why. It is not because I'm going to be like, don't, because I know you will do it anyway. But it's for the Thank you! Alright, let's move on. So, the thing that I did forget to speak about was Christmas. I was very worried about my gifts this year. Not about the ones that were given to me. I already discussed the ones that were given to me. They were all good. All of them were good. The one that I took issue with is entirely because I have issues. So, my Christmas gifts. The ones that I was the most worried about and felt like, oh, these aren't, like, good gifts for these people, have been the most well received. So, my stepmom, she's very hard to buy for. So I went out and I grabbed her a couple of, like, good, like, utility items. I bought her a new beanie, but it's, like, UGG brand, so it's, like, a good merino wool beanie that can be worn whenever. And then I also bought her some hand cream and some body lotion and stuff like that. She loves that sort of stuff, so I knew it was a safe bet. But I also had bought a tiny little echidna statue. I was like, she might like this. I'll give it to her. Because, like, I just bought it because I'd seen it. It was, like, it's super cute. And I was like, I don't know who I'm going to give this one to, actually. And I gave it to her. She loves it. Adores it. She's named it Eddie. It's about, like, the actual size of the echidna is from about, the bottom of the palm of your hand to, like, where your fingers start. So it's a tiny little echidna statue. But it's super cute and super detailed, and she loves it. She's got it out on display on, like, one of the main cabinets in the house, and I was like, oh. She's like, oh yeah, that's Eddie. I love him. And I'm like, oh, good. I'm glad. I'm glad Eddie was very well received. And then for my dad, he has also been very difficult to buy for this year. But I saw that they had a kit to brew your own beer, right? And I was like, oh, okay. Look at this for him. And I bought him it was the only thing I got him was the beer brewing kit and everything that he needed to get started. So I bought him the beer brewing kit, the starter, the brew enhancer, the tablets to make it, like, carbonated, the bottles, everything. I've got, like, he's fully set up to make one batch of beer. And then from where he is now, he can continue making further batches of beer. So he can go out and buy the ingredients to like make his own pale lager or his own stout, or, you know, I bought him a European lager because his favorite beer is Stella Artois. So I was like, okay, I'll get you the European lager because that's a very safe bet. It's the one he drinks most commonly. So I bought that like a month and a half ago, and I'd started like freaking out because like, oh, I've spent all of my budget on him, but like I don't know if he's going to like this. And I was like starting to look for like new presents and stuff. I was like, it's going to go over budget, but I don't think he's gonna like it. Get to Christmas Day, and I wasn't able to find any more gifts. So I'm sitting there going, oh god, I hope he likes it. And he opens it and he's like, oh, this is great. And the moment he got home on Christmas Day, so like after we wrapped up on Christmas Day, wrapped up food, wrapped up everything and went home, he opened it up and got it started on their kitchen bench, which they have no room on anyway. So he's taken up majority of the kitchen bench with this Christmas present that I had been very worried about, but turns out did not need to worry about at all. He loves it. Thinks it's fantastic. Yeah. I kind of want to find another song, so give me a second. I know it's only for the last 15 minutes, but there is actually one song I wouldn't mind playing and I haven't been able to find it again. I'm using an album called The Successor, and it's by the PetraIchoria Collective. It's a collection of Final Fantasy VIII remixes. Now he says microbrewery after that would be pretty funny. That would be pretty funny. I wouldn't be surprised if he went all in on it, because that's just something he does. Okay, I want something. Is it this one? Because one of these is like not just. Is it this one? You know what I need. Yeah. You ready to prepare yourself for this one. This is interesting. I like it, but it's interesting. Okay, browse. Some time away to get what? Some air. Okay, I can't hear it. It's still playing the other song for me. I think you guys can hear it. So you enjoy that. I won't enjoy that. Thank you, OBS. You useless piece of junk. Thank you. I still get to enjoy Waltz from the Moon. Let me know if the lyrics... I'm going to turn it down because I know it's got lyrics on it. I can't hear it. So I'll turn it down. Anyway, enjoy. So why are you okay? Anyway, thanks OBS. That's completely thrown me off. So he really likes it. The final gift that I haven't mentioned yet, probably on stream, but I think I mentioned that I was doing it and I didn't wrap up how it was received. I was making a recipe book for making coffee at home for my sister. Because I was talking to her and I was like, I was like, blah, blah, blah. And we were talking to something, oh, I wouldn't mind some like syrups and stuff. And I was like, would you like some recipes? Like to go along with the syrups and stuff? Like a Starbucks recipe book? Because she, you know, she likes Starbucks. She's white girly. She likes Starbucks. So she was like, oh yeah, I'll take a recipe book. They don't sell recipe books. Like I found a couple of PDFs. I found a couple of like photos of what the recipes are supposed to be. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Fuck it. We ball. I opened up Word and Photoshop And I started writing. I wrote about 3,500 words of just coffee information. Most of it I pulled straight from my, like I double checked some of my information. Most of it I knew. Most of it I already knew. I went through, I wrote that book, I wrote all of the information on making an espresso, I left some room for me to put like pour over coffee and like French press in there eventually. I put in like how to prepare your syrups, your condiments, everything else, your cream. I did all of it. I did the whole 9 yards. And then I printed it out because we've got a company called Officeworks in Australia where you can go and get a printout done. It cost me about $30 to get it all done. I got it on high gloss paper with like leather on either end of the book. I bought some stickers off of Amazon to put in the book, which weren't AI generated, thankfully. I bought them in and they didn't look like it in the listing. I got them and they weren't AI generated ones. I was like, thank fuck for that. Hi Army, welcome! Happy New Year! Happy New Year! I'm just talking about some Christmas gifts I got. Well, I gave. So yeah, I got the coffee book set up, printed it out, got it all set up, wrapped it. I was like, I hope she likes it because it's pretty average. Pretty average. So I got her a set of syrups. I got her vanilla, caramel, and white chocolate syrup. And then I also made her that little book. And as well as a few other gifts. We both gave each other blind boxes for Christmas, so we're both white girlies. I don't know what you want me to say. We're both white girlies. But, so I gave her the book. New Year depression bar, feeling like the madness meter and blah blah, nice outfit. Thank you very much, Army. Yeah, you can do it. I believe in you. You can do it. You can do it. Find your moments of happiness in the gaps of the abyss. So I give her the book and she's like, oh yeah, this is cool. She opens it up and I'm like, and then she's like, she opens up the first page and goes, oh, it's got my name in it. And I'm like, yeah, I wrote it. And she go, what? Cause apparently it looked so professionally done. She looked in and was like, oh, you know, Petra just went out and like bought one off Etsy or something like that. And I was like, no. I'm not that kind of coward. I do too much. And I put my whole ass into everything I do. So she's starting to look through the book and I'm like, oh, this is so great. Now I can hear the song. This is not the song that I wanted though. Oh well. I might switch it over though, because I don't know how distracting the lyrics have been for you guys, but they're distracting me. The first person to name the correct name of a Final Fantasy VIII song in chat, that's the song I'll put on. I'll put a remix of that song on. I don't care what it is. First Final Fantasy VIII song in chat. It can be the most basic one you want. I don't know if anybody knows them. I might be the only one. I know that I might be the only one. Wish I knew some. Lol. Now is the time. Look it up. Go. Come on. I believe in you. I believe in you, chat. Come on. Call to action. Take a guess. Do you think you take a yes? Shine tonight. Good one. Yes, correct. There you go. Where is it? I want fated. This one by Rosen. I don't think I'm going to get to hear it either. No, I still don't get to hear it. Enjoy that, though. Enjoy your Liberi Fatale. I wish I could hear it. I will be able to hear it in about 5 minutes time when it repeats 3 times. But yeah, OBS doesn't like me. But yeah, so she's like, actually starts looking through the book. Very excited now because it's got like, it's not just got all of the information in it. It's got like little bits. It's like, I wrote all of this in the last hour. Please forgive me. It's December 19th. So it's got like little really human personal touches in it. And I did that on purpose because in the future, it may come to a point where like her kids are reading through this book because they want instructions on, they want to make their own coffee. I want this book to be so clearly not written by ChatGPT that they're like, is this how real books are supposed to be written? I want it to be a relic of its time. I want it to be representative of the power I hold in me, which is knowledge of how to make coffee despite not being a barista. I did do baristering for a very, very short while. I was not fast enough. The old ladies that worked in those cafes were mean to me. Fuck them. I was just trying to get things right, but no. In coffee, this is the thing, right? In coffee, most people are assholes. And not in coffee, in cafes. Cafes. Most people are assholes. Most people show up with no caffeine in their system and are just like, give me my fix or I will kill you. And if you don't give it to me right, I will pour it down your shirt. And that is the attitude of 95% of people you will get in a coffee shop run, because 95% of your clientele are showing up before going to work. I don't know if that's still true now, because I did all of my baristering work before COVID. But that was true when I did my baristering work. And I suspect it's still true of any place that takes or deals with people who are going to work. And that's the thing. I am so glad that I'm not doing that anymore. I would love to open a cafe. But it would be a bespoke cafe. It would be a cafe that has no fucking relation to people who are going to work. Or it would be people, specifically serving people, who may technically deal with customer service, but are generally a little nicer. Because people are assholes to them all fucking day. For example, medical staff. I very strongly would like if I took off as a streamer, became a major content creator, was like had money coming out of my ass, could afford to have a business venture fall flat on its fucking face and not care. And be like, okay, well, I blew $1 million on this and it didn't go anywhere. Oh well. If I were to ever get into that kind of money, I would absolutely love to, I would absolutely love to open a cafe. I would open a bespoke cafe that's got like a goth Victorian vibe. And I would turn it into sort of a tourist attraction. I would not be aiming for, because a lot of cafes, like, for example, there is a place close to me that's for lease that's very, very distinctly like, it's designed to be a cafe. Like, it's like, oh, we've got we build a cafe for you to open your own thing in. You're like, no, I'd be building the building. I'd be putting all that shit together. I would own that business. It would be a tourist attraction. I would build it in a way where I could make it look like it was old. Steampunk would be nice. But yeah, I think there is a market for that. And I know that there is a market for that because on the other side of the city, there is a place where you have to drive about, if you were just staying in the city, you have to drive about an hour and a half. But if you are driving from elsewhere, like anywhere else in the city, you're probably driving 2.5 hours to reach this place, and it's up mountains, it's through rainforest. Shockingly, there is rainforest in this part of Australia. But you go up there, and there's this tiny little cafe, and it's only open for like about 5 hours of the day. They serve all of this British food in this like little rustic little cabin, and it's woefully a tourist trap. It is such a fucking tourist trap. But I appreciate it for what it is. Because the reality is, they're making fucking bank. Because they're full to the brim. From the moment, like, you line up outside. You line up to get into this place. And they make bank on it. Because they don't spend anywhere near as much on ingredients. They get to make their coffee at their own pace. It's a restaurant cafe. Bang is what did I get when I was there? I think I got... So we had scones with jam and cream. And I had a cottage pie, which is, you know, mincemeat, vegetables in a gravy sauce, with mashed potato over the top. Which was fucking delicious. And they had, like, a lot of meals like that. Like, real comfort food, like stew... I think they also had chicken parmigiana. They had a few other ones. I would have a look at their menu to remember what was actually on it. I couldn't go there today because I have a dietary restriction. But it was fantastic for what it is. And it was really good food, but it's just, they don't have a big menu. They don't have a big menu, which, if, like, you don't need to spend a lot of ingredient on, if you don't have a big menu. They're only open for that 5 hours. It's like, it's optimal ratios of the business is always booming, but it's using minimal amount of resources. You don't even have to pay the staff that much because you're never hitting any kind of like overtime rate. I mean, I think they're not, I don't even know if they're open on the weekend. If they are, it's only for 5 hours, so they never have to pay an evening rate. And they're not open for long enough during the week where paying somebody 150% on the weekend is that big of a fucking deal. Pass on the green sauce, I don't remember the name, and it's not so much the jellied eel. Green sauce. Mint jelly? Or mashed peas? I should change it back to a waltz for the moon. I'm going to. I could do Dance with the Blandfish. That's the Pass the Chips remix. Also compress the jam. Waltz for the moon, Dipper Oak. There we go. Yeah, they've optimized it. And I don't know what the green sauce is. I know some British food, some other ones. I mean, I'd be down for dry jellied eel, to be honest, because I quite like seafood. And I don't think it's probably not that bad. It's probably kind of like eating canned fish. I expect it to be kind of like the texture of cat food, but, you know, tasty. So, it's fine. I quite also liked pate when I could eat it. And a lot of pates come with like a beef broth jelly, like a broth jelly on the top. And I quite like those. So I think I wouldn't mind jellied eel. I mean, what can I say? That's just the, sorry. Put the sauce on mash, but I don't know. I think what you're thinking of is, it's mashed peas. I think it's mashed peas. Like, minted, sometimes it's minted peas, but it's just peas. I believe it's just peas. They also do it, like, you might have seen it with like meat pie, peas and mash, which is a thing that they do. I'm not a big fan of peas either. Like, I think they're a bit gross. They're like one of the vegetables I'm not a big fan of. But I don't mind them minted, to be honest. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe this is the thing, is like, we have a lot of British food in Australia, but a lot of food we also don't have. I can say that I've watched like videos, it's like reviewing British pub food, and it's like, this is all here. We have everything. Everything that's on this list we've got in this country. Man, I could go for a meat pie. I've got pasties in the fridge. I may make some of those after I finish up. But yeah, I would open up a cafe. I would make it goth. I would open it up late, so it'd be like a cafe that opens at like 8, 9 p.m. to catch all of the people who are going off into late shifts, probably even earlier than that, because like I've mentioned before, the cafes in Australia close at 3. So it'd be so I'd be catching those people, and they're the nicer people, and it'd be a tourist attraction, and people are nicer when it's late at night because they're sleepy. They don't have the energy to get mad. Some people get cranky, yes, but most people just get sleepy. There's a British shop that does meat pies very tasty. Yeah, meat pies are good. You guys are sleeping on putting meat in pastry. It's good. I love meat and pastry. Sausage rolls, beef Wellington. I would love a beef Wellington. I know that there was a whole thing in Australia about somebody using a beef Wellington as a murder weapon. Obviously, I don't want to poison beef Wellington. But a regular beef Wellington with a mushroom, the flaky crust, yeah, the mushroom, whatever it's called, mustard, medium rare beef beef sirloin. It all sounds so good. I think I'm getting a bit hungry, actually. I think it might be time for me to wrap up for the evening. It is a bit of a shorter stream tonight, but that is because we're not playing games. Happy New Year, everybody. I hope you all have a fantastic year. I'm looking forward to spending a lot more time with you guys. I'm looking forward to seeing where everything... Never had real beef Wellington. You're making me hungry. Yeah, I haven't either. I just know what it is, and like, I could really go for a real one. I'd have to make the pastry myself, or use like homemade, like the purchase pastry, because the ones in the shop all use butter. But damn, I could go for one. I think that'd slap. I think it'd slap. It's definitely a meal that looks like it would be really good. But yeah. It is time for me to say au revoir for this evening. It is time to say au revoir to this particular dress as well. This will not be returning, at least as far as I'm aware, unless a special event that requires me using it comes up in the future. But at this point, no, it will not. This is the last stream with this dress. It is a good party dress. It is a very good party dress. And I will be back to normal tomorrow for Final Fantasy IX. And we'll be having a good time playing that game and hopefully finishing it. Because I would like to start Final Fantasy X. I'm very hyped for 10. I wouldn't mind getting an outfit put together for 10, but we'll see how I go. I've been thinking about it. I've been thinking about doing a little bit of a fun thing for 10. Because I realize that I have a bit of a resemblance to a certain 10 character. That was not on purpose. That one's not on purpose. That's just a coincidence. But we also do have the same fondness for belts. So, yeah. Look forward to that one. That's coming. Hopefully, if Final Fantasy IX finishes, it's coming next week. If not, I may play Final Fantasy IX on 2 nights next week, so I can get it out of the way, because I want to play 10. But anyway, thank you everybody so much for coming. I hope you have a lovely new year and had a great holiday period. Stay safe. Don't drink too much. And if you do decide to drink, make sure you have a designated driver in the vicinity. Stay warm, because it is cold out there as well. And yeah, I'll catch you all later. Have a great night, everybody. And Happy New Year. Bye-bye. No waving for tonight. Well, bye-bye. Bye-bye.